All right. So we over here, we live grown folks talk for the 4th, uh, December 11th. All right. Let's wait for everybody to come in. Take your time. All right. So the ticket started working. So, we over here and we got a good show for you today, man. I got a couple of young people. I try and get them younger and younger so I can see, how the mind was developing while I've been gone for the ones that wasn't even born, when I was here, you know. And it's real interesting. I like it. I like the growth, you know what I mean? And I'm quite sure y'all will too. I got my man Hassan back there. He chilling. He ready. Always fired up. On Sundays we're gonna start our Christian talk. Well, not Christian gospel talk. That's what it is. We'll start gospel talk. You know what I mean? What's up, Nisi? I see you, Ingrid Nicole. You know what I mean? We're gonna start the gospel talk on Sunday at 11 o'clock. At Unique Maker Audio TV. Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning. All right? We're gonna have a little sermon. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring some of the people up. I'm gonna bring a young brother up, and he's been following me on here. I met him since I've been here. Maybe we get him to share, how he got hip to the channel and how this channel has moved him. You know what I mean? But we got some real good people in here, man. All right. Ernesto, let's see what's up, baby boy. He's coming up.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Herb Peso coming to you live and direct from Long Island, Central Islip.
Mm-hmm.
Here to kick it with Unique tonight, as well as everybody else that's tuning in. And we're gonna give you a good show. I got tuned in to Unique, man, since I seen him in Queen's Flip interview, as a matter of fact. I gravitated from him from the moment on. And since then, I've been following him and, watching his progress and, um, and I broke the ice one day. I hit Unique up, I spoke a little bit about myself, and he was a straight up dude, and you know what I'm saying? We linked, through calls and stuff like that, and he introduced me to other people, and little by little, and now I'm here, kicking it with you guys, thanks to Unique and everybody else. And what I got from this channel is a lot of positive jewels, and everybody that's tuning in could definitely get positive jewels through this. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of different activities, that Unique is bringing to the table that we can all tune in and, you know. So
All right.
definitely.
All right. So now I'm gonna bring in a new sister we got, Pamela. It's on you. How you doing?
Good evening, everyone. I'm good. How are you, brother? How you doing?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You want to tell me who you are?
I'm in California.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm a half a century old. Um, and I learned of the channel because I got to. I'm so glad you went first, brother, because I didn't know what to say. But I backstory. Just your energy. I seen one of your I think right after you were welcomed home or something like that. And just your positivity and the energy of just grateful, your gratitude of being free.
Mm-hmm.
It was electrifying. It was, it was something different I haven't seen in a long time. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
you could feel the old school soul, and just you can tell you just was hungry to come back home and live life.
Huh.
And, it's a
You
lot
know.
of existing people walking around. So to see, life being wanting to be lived in someone, it was a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm here.
All right.
Because through you being released after 26 years, I was given a gift.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. You already know. We're gonna bring Kenya up. How you doing, Kenya? You want to introduce yourself, sis?
Hi guys.
Mm.
I
Hello.
can't hear you. I don't know what's going on with my connection, but
No, you
I'm
We can
good.
hear you
here.
perfectly.
I'm
You
ready
good.
to dive into whatever's going on.
All right.
You ready for
Okay.
war.
Let's bring a big house. Hold up. Here go big house. Come on, house. Keep it moving.
Good evening,
Uh,
everybody. Good evening, everybody. I'm glad, Big Hassan from Harlem. I'm humble and glad to be here. And I'm thankful that, Unique has created this platform. And I agree with the young lady about his energy and the positive, it's so powerful you can see it. So I'm thankful to be here, and I'm half a century years old also,
All
you
right.
know.
And I'm old.
Club,
All right. So y'all younger than me, But anyway, so we're gonna bring in, you know what I mean? We got a young one in here. I'm gonna let her tell you her age if you choose to, you know? Go ahead, Tom. Take the mute off. You mute on. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, we hear you. Tell them who you are. And tell them how we met, but if you want, if you would like.
I'm Tangier. I'm 25. Since you already put it out there, I may as well just go ahead and disclose. I'm 25. I am probably the youngest one in the bunch, and we met because a couple of my family members are trying to get mentored by Unique, and I happened to overhear their conversation and was just so moved by the way he spoke, his energy. And I was like, listen, I want to be a part of this. Like, this sounds like something that I can really benefit from. And so that's why I'm here today.
All right. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna bring baby girl up to hold it down.
Peace, everybody. I'm Baby Girl from Brooklyn.
Okay. You want to say something about, how you got to the platform, whatever, so they know something about you. The people just.
Oh yeah. I just came across your platform. I believe that everything is in divine time, so that's what I go off of. So me coming across your page was something that I felt. I felt your energy. That's why I can, see what what's your name?
Tangier.
Sorry. But it's, something similar to that, like your energy pulled me in. And it pulled me in on a positive note, not on a negative note. The fact that you did 27 years or 26 years and you came home to make something better of yourself, that was motivation for me. Because if you got locked up and just now coming home and you already on the ball, there's no reason why I shouldn't do the same thing because I'm free. You know what I'm saying? So I use it as an example of Leo. If he can do it, I can do it too. And that's the biggest deal for me.
Well, I'm glad
Amen.
you motivated y'all.
Amen.
Sometimes we need that extra spark in our life,
Yeah, most definitely.
But hey, so who gonna go first? Who got their first question, the topic they want to hear? I really like hearing the young ones to jump out there with their thoughts. I'll pull the mic on either baby girl or Tangier. Give me a question, your topic.
Let me see. All right, this is for both. This is for both sides, men and women. Why is it? And this is something I felt as I want you to ask, because last time we were on here, we were kind of bashing more on the men. So now it's I'm gonna do us women. Why is it that women, we pray and we say, God, can you send me this? And can you send me that? But we end up not actually wanting what it is that we've got. If you understand what I'm saying. Like, women always say that they want a good man, or want somebody that's going to respect them, and vice versa with men too. But when they get that, it's almost like they don't know how to keep it.
They don't know how to value it.
Right. Very much so.
That's you, baby.
So what I will say about that, and I'm married. I've been married for 3 years, and
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do something right. She tied him down young.
What I will say about that is sometimes you don't really know. Like, we ask for things before really knowing what it involves. And I would just say this: I love my husband to death, but if I would have known all that marriage entails and the level of commitment of what I was asking for prior to, I'm not going to say I wouldn't do it, but I will say that I would have put more thought into it, because this is a lot more involved than just, this is what I want, this is what I want to do. Like, I even thought from young, listen, by 25, I want to be married. I want to have kids. I want to do this. I had everything planned out. But then when I got into the situation, it's like, wait a minute. is this really what you wanted? But I mean, of course, now that you're in it, I mean, it's too late to try to backtrack now at this point. But I really don't even think I don't think it's a matter of not keeping it. I think it's more so not knowing what you're really asking for. I watched another podcast online that really highlighted this, and she went into detail. I don't know if you guys watch DeVal and Kadeen. They also have a podcast where they spoke about a similar situation. And she was just basically saying, like, his level of sex drive, she could not keep up with. And had she known that prior to getting married, that she probably would have made a different decision. So, like I said, I think that just piggybacks off of what my own experience has been, which is that sometimes you get into a situation not really knowing the level of effort and commitment that it's going to require, because love is a decision. Love is not just a feeling. Love is not like, okay, we just, I like you feeling me, I'm feeling you. It's like, it's a decision, because that feeling fades. Like there are days you wake up like, listen, this is not really what I envisioned. I don't know if I'm really feeling you like that, like how I used to.
Right.
Did he roll over? Then what he do? Roll over and hump out a couple of times and you back in love again?
No. I think for me personally, I don't know. Like,
he got to be creative.
I can't even tell you how.
That's what I'm saying.
He got to use his creativity every little while.
It's almost like sometimes women contradict themselves. And I can say this being a woman, we always say, man, I want my man to be like this, is that, and the third. But when you get it, you don't know how to, treat it. And then the same way with men. Men want a down loyal chick, somebody that's going to ride or die, somebody's going to be there, be able to hold them up when they get on their low. But when they get a female like that, they don't know how to act. They don't know how to treat her. And it's not all about financial. It's not all about money. Sometimes that a person just wants to be cuddled, peace, loved on. You know what I'm saying? It's not always a materialistic or a physical thing. Some people just love that companionship.
Definitely.
So that's what I was asking, and asking both sides, the men and the women.
I think people should just take their time. Honestly, that's the best thing we could do, because at the end of the day, like, you can have expectations like what you said, but end up with the completely opposite person.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's something where you just got to take your time. Like Shorty right there, she got married at a young age, because she's what? How old are you?
25.
25. And you said you've been married for 3 years. You've been married.
I need to read. We need to see her mom up here. We need to see her mom up here. She told her to have her get married and hold it for 3 years. I thought that's like 9 marriages.
Yeah. So now she has to accept the fact that. See, now she got to accept the fact that she got married at a young age and she didn't have the chance to really see much, before getting into a commitment. But now that she's in that commitment, they both got to be creative together and somehow, find that way to explore, and sometimes, when you with a woman for a long time, man, you as a man, you got to be creative, man. You got to do some freaky shit, man. You got to do some real freaky stuff. You got to do some real freaky stuff, man. If you ain't going to do it, the next man will.
Yeah.
Sometimes the freaky stuff don't keep them either. They still want to go out and get that nut. You know what I mean?
True.
But
we gotta be Kobe Bryant on the field.
But that's a real talk though. But see, a lot of times though, to give y'all a different perspective on that. Pray for things, you get it, and when you get it, it's like you take it for granted, ladies.
Yeah.
You take it for granted. Let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? Right around. See all the ladies nodding their head. You know what I mean? Said Pamela, who looked confused. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm telling you, that's what I think it is. I think y'all take it for granted, man. And I'm sure dudes take it for granted too. But you get something, once you get it and you get involved in it, then all of a sudden now you think like, oh man, I got it now. I don't have to, drop it like it's hot, 3 times a week. I can do it twice. Right. You know what I mean? And then you start pulling out before you know it, took away all the goodies that you got that kept him. That's what he was attracted to. So like Brother Ernst said, you need to add to that. You know what I mean? You need to take that a sex step up. You know what I mean?
You gotta put the topping on the ice cream.
Nah, man, you can't just keep taking the cone.
You can't just bring some regular ice cream to the table.
You know what I mean?
Now, one more thing. Do men think all women are the same? And I'm asking the men this. Do you guys feel like all women are the same? Because I've been around certain people. I know my character. I am, right? But you get around some people that all they're used to is the girls that's selling their bodies, doing this and this and that. So they look at every female as being that. Now, why is that? Like, men don't take the time to really get to know a woman. They go straight for what they know.
I think it's all according to a man's like the way, you know, the way his mind is, you know what I'm saying? It's all according to you know, if he's a smart dude, he's gonna look at certain things, you know.
Right.
If he's not smart, he's gonna get blind by what she has, you know, body wise and stuff like that, instead of looking into the mind, you know, because some of these girls can be beautiful in the outside but be rotten in the inside, you know what I'm saying? And some of these, you know, and that's things that people got to realize, man. You know, not everything is beautiful. You know, you could see a watermelon in the supermarket that looks beautiful. The minute you crack that thing open, you're gonna find a surprise, and you know, and that could happen. You know, and we just gotta be careful what you know.
Okay. My thing is, you know, when the dude moves fast like that, like you said, right? That's what you just said, right? Like, you know, he get aggressive and go for it, right? Okay, so if he do that, what's wrong with you as the woman saying, yo, pump your brakes, family, slow down. You know what I mean? This ain't no race horse. You know what I mean?
I know, and it's the thing. I've done that before, but it's like when you do that with this millennium generation or whatever, it's almost like they don't like that.
Hold on. Okay. Stop the crap. Here we go with the crap. All right, now we're gonna do a little role play. All right, and I'm gonna turn the brakes up on you. You know what I mean? Pick your teeth, get your teeth ready, get your mind right. Enjoy your Pepsi. All right.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
Damn, Ma, how you doing? I like the way that hood wrap around your forehead make your jawline look real strong.
Listen.
You know what?
I'm just saying, do you see?
Go ahead.
No.
Huh? I can't hear you. Say it again.
Do you sing? La 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 sing.
Oh, a little something.
Okay, no, I'm just saying because that's why I noticed that jawbone. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, you know, just for some reason I see all types of thoughts run through my mind. I can't control myself sometimes. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but there's a whole lot of things I like to do with your lips.
Oh.
I'm just saying, nice lips.
Y'all stop that.
Yeah,
you didn't answer my question.
What's your question, babe? I mean, you know, I'm pushing the gas. I'm trying to get mine. You know what I mean? You're supposed to tell me you can pump your brakes. I'm waiting on you to tell me that because I'm pumping the gas. You know what I mean? I'm already talking about your lips, your face. When are you going to tell me to pump the gas?
Oh, because I know, you know, we have fun.
No. I mean, no. Not you had to do it in a negative way. You could have just did it with a little banter and kept it going too. Because okay, nigga, you got a good personality and you funny and all. You know, but can you really handle it if I was to, you know, drop it on you 2 times? You know what I mean? If we're gonna talk, but I mean, you know, at some point you should have told me to pump the brakes because your question was, what about when the dudes are just gun ho going for it? You understand? So that's why I'm saying that the women is supposed to tell the dude pump your brakes.
Yeah, and I've done that plenty of times, but a lot of guys don't like it. Sounds like rejection to them.
But I just did a role play with you and you didn't do that. I was waiting on you to do that. I want to see
outside of real life.
Huh?
I'm talking about outside of this in real life.
No, I mean just the role play, just something for Tangier, you mind doing a little role play? Hassan, turn it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, Cesar coming in. Hey,
I am not good at role play.
Turn it up a little bit on her, all right? But let me introduce the brother right here. Just came in. Brother Cesar, how you doing, family?
All right.
All right. Peace Peace.
All right.
We get ready to do a little role play. Big Hoss is getting ready to talk to Tangier. You know what I mean? And he gonna turn the gas up and kind of be a little aggressive with her. You know what I mean? You know, pushing. And she's supposed to tell him politely in a womanly way, huh, nigga, pump your brakes, nigga. You ain't getting his ass like that. You know what I mean? All right, go ahead, Big Hoss. Let me fall back.
Hello, Miss Tangier. How you doing?
I'm well.
Hello?
How are you?
All right. How you doing tonight? What you trying to get into tonight?
Sleep, bed, my kids, my husband.
Okay, all right.
Yo, Hoss, she said she want more kids than bed, son.
We said.
She said she want more kids than bed, and she want to bring her husband, right? Or did I hear that? She just said.
Hey yo, she shut it down from the gate. She shut it down from the gate. She said, "My husband." She said, "I'm going to sleep." She said, "I'm going to sleep." My husband. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Let's see where you at. Damn, how you doing, Tangier? I like the way your hearing today. You did that yourself, you know. You went somewhere and got it done.
No, my man did it for me.
Oh, your man did it for you? I mean, did he put that weave in strong? Because I like to pull it when I really get into mines.
I don't really think he into that type of stuff, but I can get him on the line and see what it's about.
Excuse me, I didn't hear that.
I don't really think he into that kind of stuff, but I can get him on the line if you like.
I mean, you can bring him if you like. I mean, the three of us can do you. I'm good with that too.
Let me give him a call and see what he thinks about that.
Yeah, let me ask him. I'll ask him. I'll make him all too.
Okay.
You know okay. No problem then. I want to talk to him too.
You smooth. Yo, you smoother than Versace silk.
Huh?
What you say?
I'll say he's smoother than Versace silk.
There you go. He's smooth. He's gonna move. If he him, I know he got to have his head on his shoulder, so you know we can talk. Somebody gonna tell me to pump the brakes. Cause you ain't tell me to pump the brakes yet.
What is your idea of pumping the brakes? I would love to know. Because if I'm not interested in somebody,
you talk to me, I'm gonna be the broad.
No, if I wasn't interested in somebody, I just wouldn't.
Let me tell y'all how I would pump the brakes, being that y'all don't know how to pump the brakes.
Go ahead, somebody else do, because I'm not good at that.
Okay, somebody else go. Somebody play the female, or play the dude, and coming at me, and I'm the woman.
Okay. Hey, baby, how you doing?
All right, you know what I mean?
You looking real sexy over there. Very delicious, I must say.
Yeah. You talking all that talk. If you can't walk that talk, you need to really go on about your business. And I don't think you're talking to the right person for that, because you know you might.
We both grown adults, right?
Yeah, we going. I said, some things to you that you might not be able to handle, but you will consent to.
Oh well, let's see about that. Go ahead and put your number in this phone.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yes, she is good.
She's good.
What did she say?
Go ahead, put your number in this phone.
She said she about to take you to the telly.
Yeah.
Yo, you know I got a man, right? And in order for you to do that, I got to bring 10,000 home to my man.
Hold on, what you say?
I have to go to the telly with you. Being that I got a man, I got to bring 10 grand home.
I mean, I don't know about 10 grand, but I can pay a bill too.
I mean, you haggling like you trying to buy a Pinto. This a Bentley, nigga. You know?
All right.
No. But seriously though, but before all of that, I just want to have fun. You know what I mean? Pam, how would you do it, Pam? Come on. How would you shut a dude down? I know you can do it better than that. I ain't really doing how it's supposed to be done. I'm just having fun. But Pam, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna do. You're gonna shut me down. Cause I'm gonna say something a little out of line. Okay?
Did she hear you?
Pam, are you moving?
I can't.
I can hear you. Okay, well, her thing went out.
Yeah, she about to come back in, I think.
Okay. So anyway, so that was that, man. Let's go to another one, man. No, another question. Who got a question up there?
I got a question.
Let's hear where we at.
How do strong women deal with a strong man?
Sometimes I feel like it's intimidation to have two people that are of alpha energy, because sometimes bump heads, you know. And I feel like women, we are so stuck in our ways to a certain extent that we want to take control of certain situations that are really for our how can I say it? We try to be men. You know what I mean? Like females are somewhat scared to submit to their man, maybe because of something that happened in a long time ago, trauma, whatever the case may be. And then again, sometimes females, that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? So when you around females, that's all they know. It's like they don't want to submit, or they don't want to let that man take control because they feel like they're losing something.
You know, I spoke on that from the very first
show. I'm trying.
Now, check it out, baby girl. Y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong. You, Tangier, Karen, and the females, and the brothers can chime in. What I said is that I noticed is since I've been home, the women don't allow the men to be men. You know what I mean? And like I said, y'all, I said it last week and I say it every week. When you walk down the street, they don't allow a man to say, "Excuse me, how you doing? That look kind of heavy. You like you're going to the same train station. You mind if I carry that with you?" You know what I mean? You can even say, "No," but you can walk. You can even tell them, "Nah, you ain't gonna carry it because you don't trust the nigga." You know what I mean? So we ain't got to go down that road. You can say, "Nah, but it's all right if we walk together. Though, how you doing today?" You understand what I'm saying? And be like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to go meet my man, but you can walk with me." You know, like Tangier said, ain't nothing wrong with that. And I'm comfortable just walking with it, just to get the time to be able to get into her mind for those 15 minutes to get down there. And we don't have to ever see each other again, because serendipity means if it's meant to be, it will come back and will be.
But that's you, though. Most men are not on that type of timing.
No, but
that's you.
But that's why we have them watching this, so that they can understand what y'all want. You understand what I'm saying? And how to give it, receive it,
exactly,
and vice versa for both sex. That's why I did the role play. You know, I do this in my mentor class that I got when I was in jail for 26 years. You know what I mean? Even though the role play was funny, you're gonna remember it, and you're gonna remember that if a dude says something, you're supposed to tell him to pump his brakes. Then you could think, okay, nigga, hold on, let me tell him politely, or let me tell him, get the hell away from me and pump your brakes. But you'll remember the role play that, you know, that's time to pump your brakes. You know what I mean? So it's like a little shock therapy. But you know, but that's what it is most of the time to me, though, man. But you know, so Cesar, give me one of your give me a topic. Let's see where you at.
All right. What do you do if your Johnson don't get up no more for your late?
I don't know. Mine stay up, dog. I can't answer that yet.
I'm gonna have to eat some seafood or something.
What kind of pills? What kind of pills can I take?
You're gonna have to drink some Seymour's.
Oh, no, I ain't had that problem.
He said Seymour's.
Some Seymour's, man. That's your best bet.
Seymour's.
Next question. Real question.
All right, so I gotta go on. All right, so why do females, right, let their past, their insecurities from their past relationship ruin everybody that comes to their life in the future?
Oh, that's a good question.
I know.
People do that in general. People do that. Why do men do it? People do it in general.
No,
people
I don't do that.
Men bring their baggage. If y'all don't stop, men bring their baggage.
We all bring our baggage. We got,
but
that's true.
We all bring our baggage.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, you got to be able to take hits just as well as you give them.
But see, when you say that, you don't know if that female's been hurt 2-3 times and she's to the point where she just gives up. You know what I'm saying? Because she finds, like, every time I, be with somebody, I always get hurt or something like that.
Okay, but see, it's okay to have that mentality if you see a red flag. But why do you guys do it without even seeing red flags?
Because we think for the worst.
And that's what that does, is just scare a man away.
It does.
Makes you think, like, because you see, like, a lot of people, you see a lot of beautiful women that are single, and you ask yourself, yo, why is this beautiful girl single?
Oh,
Because she a psycho,
you know,
or either because
Or
she's a
Agree with you, T.
psycho, or her insecurities
good.
is just so high because her being beautiful, she has a lot of people shooting shots at her. You get what I'm saying? So she's been in relationships, so you get what I'm saying. Her insecurity is like high, but you get what I'm saying. I don't think you guys should let the insecurity be there until you see certain type of flags. Then you can start acting accordingly to what I'm saying. But I don't think because like I said, you can meet the man of your life, and at the same time you might steer him away because of the way you acting.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? Because you're not taking the measurements. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody walks around with a defensive mechanism, but you get what I'm saying? Like there's
Mhm.
certain times where we can turn it down and turn it up. You get what I mean?
Right.
So that's one thing I want.
I feel like that comes into play when people go from relationship to relationship instead of healing from one situation and then
Mm.
moving on to the next thing. So if you just go from one situation to the next one, then you're not even going to allow yourself to have the time to heal from whatever hurt you, because a lot of times it's two broken people trying to come together to become one
Yes.
versus two whole people coming together to make one bigger and better situation for everybody. I have to be complete myself before I can love somebody else. And most of the time that is not the case. It's like, listen, I just left this old situation. I want you to not do what he did. I want you to not do this. And anything that remotely looks like that is going to cause me to shut down. That's because I have not healed from what hurt me in the past.
Mhm.
And in order to move forward, I should make sure that me, myself, is complete so that I'm adding value to wherever I go and not bringing my toxicity to another person. So I
Mhm.
think that that's where it comes from, is because a lot of times people don't heal from their past relationships. It's two broken
Right.
people trying to come together, and that never works.
you think that might come from a lot of times that people don't know how to accept that it's over when it's over and still hold on a little to
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
that?
That could be too. Yes.
Because if you're holding on to that means you're still thinking about your ex, right?
And how can you move on if you're still in the past?
And in your mind, you still think that you got a relationship when he's out boning everything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
fun.
He out there taking showers in the sink before he come inside.
Damn.
But I think, wait a minute, not showers in the sink zone.
No,
Wait
no,
a
he
minute.
he taking the bird bath. My bad. He
Bird
taking the
bath.
bird bath.
Yeah, bird bath.
He dumping the nuts in the sink
Bird
right quick.
bath.
Not
He
showers
dumping the
before
nuts
he.
in the sink right quick.
I go to the gym first.
Hey,
But yeah, I agree. You know, I really agree. Some females, they jump in a relationship after relationship because they're scared to be alone. So because they're scared to be alone, anybody that they see that may look good, they may dress a certain way. Oh yeah, and all of a sudden you bringing all that, like you said, all the extra baggage to your new, you know what I'm saying, your new relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna work because you're still living in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like you torn between, like,
Mhm.
you know, wanting to be with somebody but can't get over your ex, and it just be too much. That's why
Mm-hmm.
females need to learn when they break up from a serious relationship, take time for yourself to restore, rebuild yourself up before you try to get into another relationship.
Word.
man, hold on. You know me, I'm gonna say it again, y'all. I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah, talk to me.
Stop the crap.
What?
Well,
Stop the crap. You know what I mean?
I'm
Hey,
telling
all that,
you.
wait, hold on. Stop the crap. I
What?
say stop the crap because dudes, when we break up, we hump our way out of the pain and hurt. You know what I mean? We hump our way out of the pain and hurt. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there lies the trouble. But we hump our way out. All that takes time to heal. We heal by humping.
But see, we're
Mm-hmm.
females, so we're emotional creatures as it is. All
You know, I'm talking about us. We gotta heal how it's best for us. So what I want you to understand is y'all might still think you're in a relationship because y'all don't really want the man to go when he's trying to go, or when you're trying to go and you think you want to go, but you don't want to go. But y'all act like y'all trying to go, but you really don't want him to go. And you holding on. You know what I'm saying? So as you holding on, he wants to be with you. You know what I mean? But then he like, man, he's done. I'm done. So he start doing his thing, and you thinking that y'all not together, but in your mind you're acting like you're together, and then you start feeling things are getting better. You know what I mean? When it's not getting no better because he's just hoping more girls over here to get over his pain. But you want to hold on a little longer to get rid of your pain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Women will hold on to the relationship a little longer to try and get rid of the pain.
Because a lot of women are like, you know what, maybe it'll work. So I'm just gonna keep.
Exactly. That's the point. Then now the dudes, we just want to go screw another girl and forget about it. After we bust a nut,
Mm-hmm.
we feel like we get another one.
Just like
Now,
when a
do
woman.
all men act like that, or is just some men, or the older, like, do all men act that way?
And it's not all men. I'm not saying all men.
A greater percentage?
I'm just saying, when dudes are single in a relationship and you just meet somebody after 2-3 months and start anticipating that type of thing. I mean, you got men, like I said, like her husband, that I'm sure is not into that. He's gonna try and work out his relationship. You know what I mean? Before he let it go.
It goes to this what stage you are in life. You know, what happens, it goes.
Never mind saying that. I just want y'all to recognize that this does happen. You know what I mean? And some men, no matter what age, they still doing it. You know what I mean? Age don't make them stop doing it. They got to want to mature to stop doing it. But I just want the ladies to understand that y'all want to hold on a little longer, thinking that you could fix it. You know what I mean? Where we start.
It's not about holding on longer, though. That's where I think it's wrong, because a lot of the times men, they will lead you on. They will not tell you that they moving on. They will not say, listen, I have never been in a situation where a person has come to me and say, listen, I do not want to be with you anymore and the relationship is over. Most of the time they string you along. They're still sleeping with you. They still telling you, listen, it's gonna work. I'm gonna do this. I want to do better. I want to make it better.
That's because they benefiting something out of it.
So y'all don't believe in it though.
I mean, if they holding on to it and they know they moved on and they
are
still holding on,
emotional
they
creatures.
benefiting.
All y'all believe in it.
Yes, because we are emotional creatures, and I'm not looking at what you're showing me. I'm looking at the person that I know you can be, and we fall in love with the potential of a man versus what he's actually showing you.
That's the point that he made. That no matter what you do, you're gonna see who this person is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're gonna see who this person is. They're gonna reveal themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man. I'll say something. Help me out. Say something here, man.
It's another thing I want to add up. I want to add this, right?
Yeah.
Right quick before Cesar come in. Right. Now let Cesar come in. Let Cesar come in. I'll come in right after.
Nah, I'm gonna let you finish. I want to hear what you got to say.
Basically, brain fart, man. Wow.
Yeah, because I got another question. But go ahead.
Yeah, let me go after you. I'll get it back.
Well, I got a question right quick. How do you stop your girl from going out?
I have a question.
Hold on. How do you stop your girl from going out? I mean, I tried
Is he saying something I can't hear?
See, talk to her. Sit her down and let her know what's
Make her happy at home.
Love, I don't want you to go out, and tell her why you don't want her to go out. Don't just do it to be petty, just to keep her in. If there's something on your heart, let her know, like, hey, babe, I don't want you to go out tonight. I feel weird about you going out. Something.
Right. I tried handcuffing her, zip ties. I tried shooting at her. I don't know what works.
Gotta be a comedian.
What?
Nah, but what you gotta do
is she the one for you? Then? Is she the girl for you?
Right.
You gotta keep you gotta make it happy at home.
I just want to know. I'm gonna let you go, Pam, but I want to just ask Cesar: is the sex better with a handcuffed or zip tied?
Nah, zip ties work better.
No, which way is the sex better, with the handcuffs or the zip tie?
Nah, I'm telling you, the zip ties, because the handcuffs, they got the keys to it.
Oh, so she's creative. She can work the keys, and you're hitting it from the back.
Yeah, she can work the keys, but zip ties ain't no breaking through that.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Oh no, my bad. Go ahead, Pamela.
I got one. Ready? I got one. Right. So all right. So you girls, right? tend to tell us, yo, we need a break. We need a break. You know, I need a break. You know,
Oh,
I
no,
want to
no, no.
find
I was just
myself.
asking. I'm like,
Right.
is it a strain on the relationship with her
So
going out?
when you tell us that we need a break and this and that, and then, you know, we're like, you know, at first we're like, oh damn, like, you know, so then we give you the break. So then in the midst of that happening, we wind up finding somebody we really like. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh, you know, you're trying to be sweet to us again. And then you're all brokenhearted because you gave us a break and you thought that I was actually going, you know what I'm saying? Once you give a man a break, you're giving him a golden ticket.
Oh, get out of jail, do it again.
Yeah, you're giving him a free get out of jail card. So you think the man is actually gonna wait for you? Time wait for no man or no woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're not keeping that.
A break does not mean, but a break doesn't mean go out and start a new relationship. You should not even be looking for anything while you're on the break. We're just taking time apart from each other. That would be my understanding.
Correct.
Yeah, you talking about correct. Stop
That
the
is
crap.
interesting.
It is.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're-
This is my
It
friend
is.
down here.
Listen, we're some wolves, and there's meat all over this world, and we hungry. And you gonna let us out there?
You know
Just
what I
gonna
mean?
open the door?
You know?
Just
Right.
gonna open the door so we can go out there and
Loyalty is
eat?
everything. Communication is everything now. So certain
You can't
lines
keep somebody that don't want to be kept.
that too. Because
But like I said, if you
Or
taking
break up.
if you're taking a break, then that means it's not meant to be too, right?
no, some people take breaks to
No.
put in here. Some people take breaks to make sure that they fix whatever's wrong with them.
And you think while these people are taking a break that they're being loyal to each other?
I don't know. It depends though.
Hold up, stop
They
the
can't say no.
crap. Let me ask this then. So when you take a break, you telling me that you don't have sex with nobody else and you're not having sex with each other either?
No, but everybody's different. I
I don't know. I
don't.
Just take a break. It's either I'm screwing you or I'm not screwing you. You know what I
Because
mean?
if you say that's just like Unique. If me and you dating and you say let's take a break, that's exactly. We're not saying we breaking up. Don't call me no more. Get out of my life. You say take a break. So that to me is giving you your space. Then you wind down, calm down, and then we meet back up.
It sounds like you guys got to write a contract when y'all do that.
Yeah, no. But no. But the way now, but the way
Yeah.
Don't mess around, get some spoiled meat. Mess around,
it's gonna take a day or two to stay separated.
corroded.
I heard that. If I'm wrong, say it. Maybe I'm wrong. The way I heard it.
Say that again, Unique. I couldn't hear you.
Okay, yeah. The way I heard
I
it.
can't hear anything.
So when girls take a break, girls night out. Y'all having brunch. Y'all going to Atlantic City. During the break, there, you telling me y'all don't got these nights where y'all blackout drunk? You don't even know what happens.
Oh, I don't know.
And you telling your girl like, yo, y'all trying to recall what happened last night. And y'all looking at each other like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know when y'all girls have breaks, you know, y'all go out, y'all do y'all thing too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't sugarcoat things.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still trying to get to the bottom of this, Ernesto. We're going around the bush. I'm going to get right to it with these ladies.
You're going to have to get right to it.
You know what I mean? Because I just want to know, when you say we're taking a break, we're not talking about, baby girl, you described it like we had a little argument and, you know, let me go out the house for a couple of days to calm down and come back, and then we back lovey. Everything is good. But what about let's take a break because I feel smothered. I feel like I can't have my space. I feel like you're crowding me. And right now, you're making me want to hate you by just being around you. You know, so we need to take our space. I don't know if it's going to be a week, a month, or 6 months, but we just need a break and see what happens.
Now, if the female really loves you,
I'm asking. So now, if a dude tell you that, does that break to you in your twisted little mind mean that he's not going to be screwing nothing for the 1 to 6 months or whatever it might take him to get over it?
well, that's not on my mind.
Huh?
That's not on my mind.
Oh, that's not on your mind.
This is being honest. If you say you need a break because I'm smothering, I have no other choice but to respect that. At least you came to me and talked to me and then just go behind my back on some crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little different when it comes to me. I wouldn't.
No. I'm not expecting you to do anything other than what you're going to do. Go ahead, Tangent.
Me personally, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, there is no break. Like, because I want to be in a monogamous
She ain't playing
relationship.
that shit. See,
So
she
I'm
know
not gonna
what type
set
of
you
time
free
it
for
is.
3, 6, 9. Yeah, no, I'm not allowing my man, my husband to be on no break for no month. If I'm
That's what I
smothering
want to
you
hear.
and
That's
you
what
need
I
a break
want to
like
hear.
that, then we're not gonna be together. Then we're
Thank
not
you.
gonna be together. Like,
Word,
it's
word.
just
You
that.
think taking a break is bad?
No, but listen.
No,
No, I'm
taking a
talking.
break is not bad.
So,
Oh,
the reason why I say
are
that
you
because the
talking to me?
relationship may, yeah, baby, I'm talking to you because sometimes the relationship may be so toxic between both parties that you would have to, catch some time by yourself and regroup. I'm not saying like for a long span of time, just so both parties can connect themselves the right way.
Yeah, but then if he's saying it like, well, why would you
Realistically,
not
it's not
think
gonna
that
happen.
I was gonna be out here? I'm gonna be out here doing whatever I want to do. Like, no. If we're taking a break with the intention of
Wait
coming
a
back
minute,
together
Hold on, Tangier.
in a week, 2 weeks, whatever, that's different.
Hey, Tan. What I did was, all I said was how I felt. Now it's up to you to tell me how you interpret what the relationship is going to be like from there when I tell you that you're smothering me. I need some room because I feel like I'm going to wind up hating you because I can't grow like I want to with you always on my back nagging me. So I need a break, Tangy, please, so I don't wind up hating you. So where did the relationship go from here now? Now, where's the rules to you when it comes to sex? To the point.
Who you speaking to, Unique?
I guess I'm just a different kind of woman. That's just me. I'm not gonna, because at the moment that we're taking a break, an extended break, it leaves the door open for other things to come in. Like, that's just
Thank
the
you.
reality. Like,
Thank you.
so if we I what?
No, you're right. I agree with you. Go ahead. Everything you're saying, I agree with.
Word.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, like, at the point that you take a break from somebody, it leaves the door open. Like, I really do. I think so. Like, for temptation, for other things, like, I don't know. That's just me.
Sluts,
We're not taking breaks
hookers,
like that because
strippers.
will you, let's say I go out and I meet somebody else. Is that going to be fun for you? Like, nobody wants that to be the case. So if
Yeah.
I say, like, while we was on a break, yo, I went and I did this, and I come back and I tell my partner that, are you going to be okay with that? No.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah, listen. We're not going to get back after we done took that break. So I'm saying I'm with you 100%. To me, there ain't no such thing as a break. If you
Nine,
leave, the relationship is done. The relationship is broken. You know what I mean?
9 out of 10 times.
Right. So let's try somewhere else. But go
I
ahead.
agree.
9 out of 10 times, it's the woman asking for the break. Because if the man asks for the break, then the woman's gonna think a whole gang of stuff that we're trying to get right.
No, I think it's 50-50.
Because if I came up to you like, yo, listen, babe, things been tough, we've been going through a lot, I'm trying to take a break right now. And you know what type of friends I got, what type of I got the bag on me and all that. You gonna let me go? You ain't gonna think nothing?
Huh.
But if you got trusted communication, there's no reason why that even be a topic.
I could finesse all that though. I could have you thinking whatever you want.
You right about that?
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't get quiet now. You know?
First of all,
Huh.
listen, I'm never quiet. I can't hear. Everything is staticky on my end. I'm not sure why. So I'm gonna go out and come back. But pose your question back because I definitely want to answer it. Because I can't hear nothing.
Well, hurry up and come back then. So let's get some of these other ladies in here. So now, has anyone here, be honest, you know what I mean? Have anyone here ever got offered money for sex?
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
Has anyone
crappy?
Offered
I'm
you
trying to text. I'm sorry, y'all. My connection is crappy.
I didn't hear you. You didn't hear me?
No, somebody was talking. What you say?
Oh, I said, has anyone ever offered y'all money for sex?
Yeah, I've been offered plenty of times money.
And how was that? How was that presented? Handle it, young lady.
What's good, Ma? How you feeling? Oh, I'm feeling good. Nice conversation. And then, hey, yo, you looking real good. I'm like, thank you. You gotta do? No. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple. I'm trying to. Blunt with it. No beating around the bush. Straight blunt. Hey, look, I got this. I think you beautiful.
I ain't got a problem with a brother being blunt. Oh, you gotta do be blunt back to them. No, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. And he respected it though. He respected it. After I said, no, I'm good, he respected it. He didn't disrespect and do nothing. He respected it and went his way.
He said it smooth like that. He was a player anyway. You know what I mean? Because he just threw it out there to let you know, like, yo, we ain't got to go no further. Like, he might have a girl with 9 kids in the house. You know what I mean? And just wants something to hang out in and figured that you might be the one. You know what I mean? So he willing to pay for what he made. You know what I'm saying? And, you what you do, but you know what's right from wrong. Tangier, what's up, baby? Go ahead with your slick self. What you got to say? Unmute the mic so we can hear you. Your mic mute.
Your mic.
Where is she? There you go. Yeah. So go ahead. Hello? Let's know if you can hear. Okay, let me ask you. Okay, so let's ask this one. How long do you stay single after a breakup to everyone? What's the standard time to stay single after a breakup before you're disrespecting your partner because you ran to unique? Like you always want to be unique the whole time you're with your partner.
Stay single forever.
I'll say 6 months to a
year.
year.
I only you sit down my mom about to say 6 months.
6 months to a year.
Okay, 6 months. Where you at, Kenya and Pam and Tangier? How long do you stay single? How long do you stay single after a breakup?
Could be a year. Could be a year. Could be 2 years.
Damn.
What?
You done lost your damn mind, son.
That's far. That's wrong.
That means she was special.
Yeah, special.
Oh, you
being your meat to her.
Oh, you whooped her what she left you with, gonna hold you for 2 years.
You're gonna be being your meat with her in your mind.
She left me brokenhearted.
Yeah. So okay. So no, sister though. So
3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. That sounded about. I'm not gonna wait 3 days, but 3 to 6 months sounds about right.
It seems to me like Cesar is going through some relationship issues. He just doesn't want to come out with it.
Hey, I got a story to tell.
Hold up.
You know what I'm saying?
No. But let's talk about this for real though. Serious business. I break up with somebody and they tell me it's over. If I find somebody tomorrow, I find somebody tomorrow. They ain't got no business getting mad at me because we broken up.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, I think if I'm single 3 days, that's too long after a breakup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because time goes slow. Time goes slow, man.
Yeah.
When you're sitting here thinking about it, that's why, like I said, you hump your way into another relationship.
Because after a breakup, all you thinking about is like, damn, what is she doing? What is she eating?
That's why you
is she with another dude right now? You know what I'm saying? Who's taking her lunch to work?
Through your head.
Dude, that's what the backup chick is for, man. To hump your way out of the love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the whole unique, y'all. You know what I mean? Right now, I ain't got to fall out of love. When I'm in love, and that's too great. You know what I mean? I'm an old man now. But I just want y'all to know how young brothers be thinking. So don't say like they ain't thinking like that out there, because you already know. Dude hitting it, all of a sudden, you've been nagging him for weeks. And then all of a sudden now, he just said, man, you jumped out there talking about, well, I'm tired of you anyway. And that's all he needed to hear. Because he's been trying to get away from your miserable nagging ass. You know what I'm saying? So now he's trying to leave, and you really want to keep him, but you allow him to leave because your pride is too big. And then he go out, y'all broken up, and then he go meet somebody else. You know what I mean? He talking to another little cutie, and then now you will put Vaseline all on your face.
She ain't even a fighter. She want to fight.
You know what I mean? But you let him go. You had him. God gave you what you prayed for, like the question originally was. Why do when people, women pray for a certain type of man, they get them, they don't know what to do with them?
Yeah.
Sometimes we get up, she slicks up. I'm waiting for you. Like, you got a whole lot to say.
I agree with that. A woman can, and I'm getting on, you know, I've done this before myself, so I'm gonna use myself as an example. I will always pray, God, please send me a good man. It's this, is that, and the third. He did send me somebody, didn't have all the traits, but had enough to say, you know what, this is a real man right here. You feel me? He was very responsible, communicated very, very good. And I believe those are keys that you need in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You need loyalty, you need communication. And that's what he was presenting. But it's almost like once we started talking, I lost interest. And I couldn't understand why, because this is somebody that I've been wanting to talk to for so long now. And now that we're in each other's presence, and now that we're getting to know each other even more, it's like now I'm feeling like, well, do I even really want to date this person? Do I really want to get to know this person?
Hold up, you already
maybe because you couldn't relate to him.
Right, and that's what it was. I couldn't relate. Me having a mind frame of like a businesswoman. I'm a mom, you know, I'm a preacher's kid. You know what I'm saying? So my conversation is different. My ways are different. And it was almost like we was talking about everything outside of what I was talking about. You know, yeah, back in the days, we used to be in the street, you know, thinking that we've grown and all that. But at the same point in time, we're grown now. So you should not be doing the same things that you were doing years ago now. So that's why I had lost interest so quick. But before then, me looking at him, you know what I'm saying, having someone calls over the phone, he seemed like an okay guy until we met up. Then it was like, yo, this is a whole
well, maybe you
signed up for.
He gets stage fright. He got stage fright. You know what I mean?
What you mean? What you mean?
Stage fright, like basically, like you know, you got close to him and he froze on you.
Yeah, you're too aggressive for him.
Yeah, you're too aggressive for him. But you know, you should have turned down a little bit. You know, but sometimes you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt.
My voice,
you know, in a situation like that, your best bet is try your best to adapt. You know what I'm saying? And you know, find out what he likes and research about what he likes in your own, you know, in your own time, and you know, try to find like some relevance. You know what I'm saying? Because he could be the guy for you. You get what I'm saying? But you kick him to the curb because you know. Because you know your mentality, you get what I'm saying, and you know sometimes it has to do where we come from too. Because like I said, the defense mechanism and all that, you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when we got it, we don't know what to do. But it's like, you know, like they say, man, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah,
and it's always gonna be like that.
Okay, hold on. Kenya said she got to go because the mic is not working. That's why she's not really participating. So we have to get her back another time.
All right, peace.
Pam also.
Yeah.
So you two left by yourself with your young tough asses. All right. So don't get scared now. All right. Kenya.
Look. You see this? I'm turning it up or not.
Now I got a question. Serious question, right? For the ladies and the men, because the men might do it too. My thing is, you get in a relationship, like you said, you pray for dudes, pray for a female, you get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Now you're taking that person out, y'all going out to movies ain't out there no more, but y'all moving around. You know what I mean? Y'all hanging, you know, and then all of a sudden, now, you know, you want to go with your girlfriend to go do whatever, or you want to go do whatever with your mother, your sister, whoever. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like while you out doing this and that, it's like, yeah. Oh, I gotta say good night to Pam. Yeah. Okay, we're trying to get her up. Yeah, Pam. Good night, Pam. Yeah. So, you know, I don't remember where I was at. Where was that?
My bad. My things froze up. Can you repeat what you said? My computer just shut down.
My mind froze up. My mind froze up. I don't remember where I was at, man. Ernesto, help me out. That's why you here. You got the young, fresh mind, son.
We was talking about yo, Unique, man. I'm young and I caught a brain fart too. Maybe it's these girls that got us nervous right now, man.
Okay.
Listen, me and baby girl got this under control, okay?
Well, no, we gotta turn it up on them, Unique. We gotta turn it up on them. And you know, we got Cesar over there. This guy over there quiet.
Okay.
I'm just listening. I got some questions.
Ladies, what's your favorite part of a male's body and why? What's your favorite part of a man's body and why?
His brain.
His face.
His face?
I would have to say his brains.
So you're answering with your brain.
Hmm?
You're answering with your brain. Why you said brain maybe?
No, I said his brain, his way of thinking.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is that's a smart answer. That's not an emotional answer. You know what I mean? The emotion is like a lustful. You know what I mean? That's
His eyes.
Why?
Because the eyes are the window to the soul, and that's what I look at first when I meet anybody. I look them in the eye.
So how do you know when someone has bad eyes?
Well, me, I know I have discernment, so I can tell.
See, I be close.
Oh, you got the spirit, so you
I
can
don't have to be close. You know, I could be quite far and still be able to tell.
Pitbull.
Well, we don't want no over upon us in our song. All right.
I got a question. I got a question for you. For the ladies. I got a question for the ladies. So, when's the right time to propose, and how much should he spend on a ring?
Wait, I think there's a formula for this. I
I
believe
don't think it's a time limit. You can't put a time limit.
I mean, I'm just wondering. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I know people that then got together and like 3 weeks later they got proposed to.
Let me tell you something, bro.
True.
It's 2020 with all these diamonds Tesla flowing around. You gotta make sure you got some VVS on that. You know what I mean? It's not that expensive. Not that expensive, but you know, you do want to treat your woman to a good ring because you know, wherever she goes, she gonna flash that. You know what I'm saying? If she's a doctor, nurse, you know, they're gonna write with the pen, with the hand, with the ring, and they're gonna make sure everybody sees that. So you gotta make sure, you know what I mean?
Right.
And if she's your woman and you know what I'm saying, and you got jewelry on you, she got jewelry too. You get what I'm saying? And she's, you know what I mean? You can't just shine and she's not shining.
But some people can't.
Over here looking like a sun and she looking like a cloud. You know.
Listen, some people can't afford it though. That's why I was asking. Some people only afford $500 for a ring.
Well, listen, if you can't do that, you know, you can qualify for a loan. You know, you can get that thing on layaway.
He got bad credit.
Yo, listen,
he got bad credit.
There's nothing wrong with layaway, man. There's nothing wrong because all it is balancing your money. You know what I'm saying? You could do that. People could put their rings on layaway and start paying. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, 6 months, and it's actually smart because you know why? You're putting payments to something that you're not sure about. So what if something flops in the 6 months and you're making payments on this ring to try to get it to her, and then something happens? Thankfully, you were making payments and you can somehow finesse, you know, the jewelry shop, get your money back. But you get what I'm saying?
Listen,
but you gotta be careful.
That's why it's gotta be a mutual agreement.
You're gonna have to go to the hood. You're gonna have to go to Chinatown and work something out, get some collateral. I see those speakers in the back. You could, you know what I'm saying?
No, me. I'm just asking. I'm just asking for a friend.
Oh, okay. You know, if you love them, you know what I'm saying? You help them out. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, man, tell them to go to Zales, and if it scores 500, man, you know, he should definitely, you know, pawn something. You know, but
that's what it is.
But also, if you're over here talking about, you know, if you're over here worried about the price of the ring, you know, maybe you're not ready for marriage because you know what I'm saying.
The guy isn't worried about it. It's the girl who's gonna say something.
Well, see, the thing is, he got to stop letting the woman pressuring him because he got to get married.
Well, then that ain't for him.
He got to get married when he's ready. You get what I'm saying? Not when she's ready, because at the end of the day, it's him. You know what I'm saying? He got to make that choice. He got to make, both got to make the vow at the same time. But a woman can't force you to do it because at the end of the day, she's putting pressure on you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I've seen people get married, like 5 people in a room, in a Corona wedding. I mean, people make it happen. They don't let the ring stop them. That's what I'm trying to get.
That's all. I mean, that's all. You know. That's all. You know.
No, dog. Listen, man. Listen. I'm gonna spend a lot of money on my ring so that when she act up, I can take that joint back to the shop and get me a new laptop and a new kit. You know what I mean? For that same ring.
I'm dead.
So I can take the money, get me a whole new whip and a new chick. You know what I mean?
Right.
And start over, dog.
Yeah. Because you'll be pissed off you'll be pissed off if you spent 20 grand on a ring and she walks out of your life.
But see,
you probably be going to jail.
You know, that's how you take the ring.
And listen, that thing happens a lot. It happens a lot.
That joint at. But anyway,
you have to make sure you're in a good space with your partner.
Can a man have 2 wives and the women are cool with it? What do y'all think?
I've seen it happen.
I think so. I mean,
yeah, my dad.
Well, you know, some certain religions is okay to do that.
Yeah, that's a matter of preference. Like whatever your preference is, go ahead, knock yourself out.
But you gotta understand, in some areas in life, in some areas, that's what they do. Like they get married young age, start a family young age. You know what I'm saying? And my father, it's 13 of us. I have 13 siblings, and all of us have different mothers, except for maybe 2 sets. And he had a lot of wives. That's just who he was. So sometimes it's just.
And what country is he from? What country is he from?
Haiti.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you could do that in Haiti?
Have multiple wives?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have multiple wives.
Oh, wow.
Over here. Without the paper, I mean, you know.
Yeah. But see, usually that 3-way thing starts.
It's the wives, they do separate things. Like one wife, she may, cook. The next wife, she may clean. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of their culture.
That's a part. Yeah, that's part of the culture.
I ain't gonna lie. Listen, my parents been together for like 50 years, so that's the model I've looked at and I've seen.
Yeah,
I don't know about all this other stuff.
God bless.
Yeah, that's the role models I look up to.
Yeah. That don't mean it don't exist. That's why we just seeing it. You know what I mean? Because it exists. You know.
But that don't mean your pops was out there doing his thing, though. He was probably out there doing his thing.
Hey,
my pop's a good man.
Hey, yo, let me ask you one. I got one. What are your relationship deal breakers, and what are your limits?
Ooh, can I answer this?
Go ahead, Tam.
My relationship deal breaker is really not being willing to compromise. I think compromising is so important because if we can't meet in the middle, the relationship is not going to work.
You said not willing to compromise?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A man who's not willing to compromise, a man who's not going to be a protector and a provider, those are deal breakers for me too.
So you don't like book?
That's about it.
What's the second one?
It's not.
I heard not to compromise. What's the other one?
A man who's not going to be a protector or provider, that's a deal breaker for me too.
Oh, that better be.
Yeah.
You know, that shouldn't be a deal breaker. That's a fact.
One of my deal breakers is a man that feels like he always has to show off or he always has to be seen. I don't like that. I don't care if we going out, I know you look good, I look good, whatever. I hate people that stunt. All they do is talk about materialistic things like, I got these on, these cost $40. It's like, who cares?
I thought you were saying you hated to do that dress good, and stuff. Verbally, okay,
yeah, verbally. People that's over the top with it.
Yeah.
Like big ego, like a big ego.
How much money you spent? Like it gets annoying at some point.
Oh, okay. Like that. Yeah, no, that makes sense though. For real, I wouldn't ever hear about that crap. You know what I mean? So that's your deal breaker. What's yours, Hassan? What's your deal breaker?
Deal breaker. Lying.
That's it.
I mean, lying. Just overall, the vibe ain't right. If I'm not vibing with the person, then you know what I mean. I'ma just, I'm gonna finesse my way out the situation. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to, anger or nothing like that. No bad vibes. So you know what I'm saying. If I see the vibes is not going right, then I'm just gonna fall back and let the cars fall where they may.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know.
We go with that.
Deal breaker. If she's not motivated enough, that's a deal breaker.
Okay, men. What is the favorite body part to you on a woman?
Hips. Boom. Go from the hips to the butt, man. That's it. from the hips to the butt. You gotta work your way down, like you're making a clay vase.
Okay. Oh, okay. I hear you, big boy. Okay. What do you do when sex is really bad in a relationship? How do you communicate that?
Gotta try to fix it.
I don't know. It depends on the person. If you like the person, you might deal with bad sex.
It depends what makes the sex whack. It depends what makes the sex whack. There's a lot of things that can make sex whack. You know, a guy can have a limp dick. A woman can have a dry pussy.
Yo, but then you don't know.
A woman can be teasing on your stuff.
Okay, but okay, he got a limp dick. He got a limp dick. All right, but how you know he ain't got stiff tongue, dog? Dog. I'm just saying. You make it up for it. You know what I mean? Somewhere.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I mean, no, it's not about right. I just threw it out there because you just said stiff dick. I know good brothers. I call in that eat the heck out of some people.
Yeah, definitely. And a woman will love that if a dude can eat her out for like 3 hours, 2 hours. Man, what?
But hey,
their soul is gonna leave their body. Their soul is gonna leave the body within the first half hour and come back. Boom. When the guy's done eating her out, then she gonna come back to her body like.
Hey, so how long are you down there, Ernesto? You talking about a half hour and the soul leaving and coming back 30? That's an hour, dog.
Well. Listen. I'm over here exaggerating, man. But you know, the proper time to eat a woman now, I think is 10 minutes. Give a little 10 minutes.
You think you can make her come in 10 minutes?
Yeah, because you gotta eat the box.
You have to be on too for that to happen.
You gotta eat the pussy and use your fingers. You know, you gotta rub the G spot and eat the pussy at the same time. You gotta know her valve. You gotta know how to let that pressure go.
Oh, talk to her. Talk to her.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Don't go in the pussy if you don't understand it.
Okay. You said that's a Chinese puzzle, son.
Grown folk talk.
Well, don't go to the bushes if you're gonna get lost. You gotta know your way around and in and out, huh?
Don't eat around it.
Don't get
eat around it.
Jump on the water if you can't swim.
How long do you think you should try and keep a relationship to work? How long should you stay on trying to fight for a relationship?
As long as possible.
Yeah, if you really love somebody, you'll do it.
Yeah, of course. So it all depends on how strong your feelings are.
If the people believe in each other, then there is no time.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, people got to believe in each other. You know, the thing about it, the situation here is that people, you know, when like you said, we're taking a break, or the guys, you know, people got to get to know themselves. People, before they get to know themselves, they're getting caught up in relationships. So now, before you get to know yourself, you know what I'm saying, you mention with someone else. But as you join with that other person, you realize that, you know what I'm saying, there's certain things about yourself that you need to know. You know, and that's the most important part, because, you know, we go into these relationships with expectations of looking, you know, of how we think we want things to look, how we think we want things to be, how we get there is two different things. You know what I mean? So what happens is not actually the goal is actually the journey, and we too goal oriented in terms of relationship. We too worry about the goal, but the process is the journey of two people walking together. But what happens is you got to have two people that are secure with themselves, and you're gonna have two people that are secure with themselves. And you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be able to walk together because the person in a relationship that loves the least is the one that's in control of the relationship. Remember what I just said? The person who loves the least. So the person who loves the least controls the relationship. So what happens is that, you know what I'm saying, it has to be a balance. If you don't want the control, it has to be a balance. But what happens, how you get that balance is by how you get to know yourself. If you don't get to know yourself, you and that person is leading each other in the wrong direction, because you're going to call me over here, and that's not even where you want to be. And a lot of times when people feel insecure about themselves, in psychology, it's called projection. So if I feel bad about myself, I'm going to try to make you feel bad. So these are the things, this is the back and forth that, you know what I'm saying, that many of us see inside a relationship, and that's why they're not fulfilling us from what we want, because we came into the relationship as a competition thing when we should have came into as a try to build the thing. And that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why the creators made man, woman, and child, because the child gives the man and the woman a common goal. That's what gives them a common goal because they know one part is them and one part is the other. So what happens is that, you know, we have to start understanding the fundamentals of what relationships are so that they will fulfill the needs that we want.
Yeah, very good. Go ahead, Tanji. I'm down for you to say something at 23.
25.
Oh, my bad.
In 11
25.
months.
Yeah, you're old. You're old now. You're an old married woman, old beautiful married woman. God damn. What do you think of what Big Haas just said?
Yes.
I definitely agree with everything he said. Listen, he spoke on every single point. I feel like everything that he just said was very valid because I experience that every day. So that's definitely facts. That's all I will say about it. I can't even add anything to that.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. Why do women want bad boys over good men? In your opinion?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think it's a psychological thing. It's the same thing as why people hold on to the negative before the positive. It's like I could do 100 things right, but if I do one thing wrong, you hold on to that. And so I really believe that the whole liking bad boys over good men is a psychological thing. It's like I believe it's connected to the whole entire thing of remembering more negative stuff than positive. Like we'll hold on to the negative that people do before the positive. So I feel like that plays into when you get into a relationship also. Also, sometimes seeing that things like your parents have done, you know, starting to think that it's normal for men to treat you a certain way because your mind has been conditioned that way based on the environment that you've been in. Plays a huge role in that also. So yeah.
Okay, next. Baby girl. Give me your answer on that one.
Repeat the question.
Why do women choose bad boys over good men?
Maybe it's the thrill. Maybe it's the suspense of, hey, I never dated a thug, or I never dated somebody that's so active in the streets.
Why do you want a bad boy, damn it?
I don't.
Why have you wanted one?
I don't know, because it's been so. I mean, it's been so long, like 9th grade. I'm trying to think back.
You coming, Tangier? Go ahead.
I don't know.
Tell us how it went in 9th grade. Why you wanted this bad boy instead of that square dude that had the book bag that's now a lawyer living in a big house with a white chick? No?
You asking me or
both of y'all? Either one. Give me an example when you went after a bad boy. When you chose a bad boy over a good boy.
Okay, so an example. Okay, I was in, what was it? I was in middle school. No, I was in high school, and it was this group they used to call Dipset, and it was this one boy. I thought he was just the cutest. Period. You know, he was very rough around the edges, gang bang, all that. But I just thought he was just so, yeah. And me being a square back then, if I felt like, man, if it'd be lit. I mean, that's just how I was thinking, because I was so to myself. I was like a nerd, if that's what you want to call it. So to see him, it's like, man, ain't he popular? Maybe if I go with him, you know, I could be somebody too, or woo woo. But that's probably the only time. Like, I really can't think of any more times other than that I wanted a quote unquote bad boy. As a grown woman,
So y'all saying it's a phase?
Yeah, it's a phase.
Yeah,
well,
I think so.
For me, I can't speak on anybody else, but it was definitely a phase.
Yeah, I agree.
Because see, a bad boy gonna touch you different.
But also different bad boys.
Bad boy gonna touch you different.
There's different bad boys. Bad boys and then you have other bad boys that are corporate, like, you know, have they businesses, you know what I'm saying, like really doing it. Like how you know, you told Miss T, man, you are bad, shut your mouth. But you meant it in the utmost respect, right? The same way with the men, you know, a man, it doesn't always have to be violent or whatever like that. just the fact that a man got himself together, you know, he's organized, he's responsible. That can be the same thing.
See, I think Unique came off like that because he was very confident in himself.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Where he knows that no matter what I say, I can get her attention, and you know what I'm saying? Something could still, you know,
Right.
pop off.
And I know if she don't choose me, that is her goddamn loss.
Cause she gonna see you. She gonna see Unique with her best friend. She gonna be like,
Yeah,
damn, that could
man.
have been me.
You see me with two of her best friends.
Yeah, they're gonna be in the 300. They're gonna be in the 300.
They're gonna be in a Hellcat SRT.
You know? Come on, man.
They're gonna be in the 300 with the teal interior.
Ladies, do y'all think that y'all may be putting too much unrealistic expectations on your partner, thinking that there's a perfect man out there?
Sometimes, yes. I've done that.
No.
I'm trying to create my dream guy. Is that what you mean? Trying to create your own dream guy?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I could change him.
Yeah, I've done that one time before, yes.
Okay.
And that was my last relationship. But yeah, I've definitely done that.
So Tangia, you saying you never done that?
No, I feel like I have done that in the past, like but now I guess oh yeah. I've definitely done that in the past, but my perspective has changed now. I want to ask my own question.
Go ahead.
Why do men put more emphasis on being married than having children with a woman?
What do you mean, like why they would rather be married?
Why do they feel like the level of commitment of marriage is higher than having a child with a woman, which is also for a lifetime?
That's common sense because you might have 2 baby mothers. You know what I mean? Or 3 baby mothers. So a baby mother is nothing, but a marriage is something. You know what I mean? You don't have to agree or make a commitment to be a baby mother. You know what I mean? To become a baby father. We didn't choose. I mean, she had the baby.
But a baby is for life, though. The same way that that marriage is for life. Like, why would you pick a woman to have a child with that you don't see yourself marrying?
Big difference, though.
You're talking sensibly right now. Everyone listening is not sensible like we are now at our age and where we at in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't expect everyone to be where we're at because now you're putting unrealistic expectations.
Here we go.
Now you're being very 1955.
You understand what I'm saying?
1955.
2020. 2020.
Oh my God, I can't.
Because you listen.
Talk about around the time when the steam train ran around.
Y'all done? Y'all want to do a little role play?
Well, you know,
baby daddy.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's sharpen something up. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, like a man can get anyone pregnant, but he's not gonna marry anyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If she get pregnant, he don't have a say so in that.
Right.
So to me, you
that's
know,
right. That's true.
You know, common sense, ladies. You're looking at it. I mean, common sense, man.
It takes two. It takes two. It takes two to bring baby.
When a man wants to marry you, he wants to claim you.
Yeah.
When a man wants to marry, he wants to claim you.
But see, it's also a woman's.
I don't want no other man.
Preach.
A woman got to protect herself too, man.
I'm gonna bring with the marriage.
But I want to ask this, and this is to Tata and the rest. Why do when we have our kids and we get into an argument with the child's father, why is it always that we want to take that child away from the father? Like that ain't gonna hurt the kid.
Yeah, that
may not hurt us because we're adults, right? But it's gonna hurt that child, and that child is gonna stay wondering why my daddy not around. That's something I could never get. Even me being a female,
yeah, that's foul.
I could never do something like that.
Spiteful.
The child becomes a bargaining chip.
Spiteful.
Exactly.
Child shouldn't become a bargaining chip.
You cut my child off because you mad at me. You're not gonna be a father. That's bogus and that's crap.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand why females do that, and they do it a lot.
Because that's and that's the thing that that's the worst damage we can do to a child is take them away from their actual parent. You know what I'm saying? They have the right to be with their own father. They have, no matter what happened in the relationship in the past, no matter what spitefulness was going on between both parties. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean nothing to the kid, because at the end of the day, it's the child's imagination that we gotta cater to. You get what I'm saying? We gotta make sure he's good. We gotta make sure he's not traumatized.
Gotcha, Hoss.
Well, you know that part goes back to the systems that we live in. You know, like family court, you know, all these different things. The ethos and the community is that the child belongs to the mother. When we deal with the court system, the child most 9 times out of 10 goes to the mother. So a lot of times the mother feels like, oh, this is my child. When she, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, society makes, you know what I'm saying, will skews the vision. You know what I mean? When this is a balance, it's two people's child. You know what I mean? And what happens is correct. You can't, you know, a lot of children will go up in balance, growing up in balance because of that same argument. You know what I mean? And we, you know what I'm saying? This is something that, you know, we have to correct. That's why we have shows like this now, because relationships are unstable. And what happens is that what happens is that, you know, you just look at the wheel, right? The wheel went from a stone wheel to the wagon wheel to the 1950 car wheel to a race car wheel, but the wheel is still round. So what happens is that, you know what, you know, things evolve, but the basis of it stays the same. So although, you know, we might be in 2020, the basis of relationships stay the same. The basis of family stay the same. And what happens is because we've added on a lot of different things, because we've added on a lot of different, you know, ideologies, and we mix these things together. This is done nothing but affect the children. So what happens is, you know, we're in the process of trying to unravel that, because the unraveling that is, you know what I'm saying, why we come from here and we find solutions. Because the reason why we have these problems with relationships is because the parental relationships weren't stable. And you know what I'm saying? Once we start creating stable parental relationships, then the children will have something. They'll have something to mimic the behavior from. They'll have an example, but the children don't have examples. So you know what I'm saying? This comes from prior too. So the women, you know, they get into this, you know, this battle. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying, because they feel society has told them that, you know what, you need the mother more than you need the father. But it's an equilibrium. It's a balance. Your children need both.
Yeah, they're not understanding that sometimes the mother might not be fit to be a mother, and they'll still get the kid.
Exactly.
And then the father is going to suffer, and then the father has to spend money and invest into a lawyer just so he can get his foot in the door with the court system, so he can, you know, start getting his thing, and then he has to prove that he's a better father as well. You know what I'm saying? In order for him, you know what I'm saying? So it becomes a big process.
But then that goes back to picking women to have children with who you might see a future with. Because if you picked a woman that did not have that mentality, then you would not go through that. Because like myself and like baby girl said, we do not have that mentality. So it's the type of woman that you're attracted to, that you're picking, not you specifically, but people who end up in those situations. Because you go into it putting more weight on being married than having a child with someone, when it's equally important to choose a good mother for your children, just as picking a good wife for yourself.
Right.
See,
exactly.
now going.
A woman who understands the level of maturity it takes to raise a child would understand the importance of a father being present in their lives, whether we're together or not.
Now, what about the young parents that have kids that don't have that mindset yet? You get what I'm saying? It happens. You know, we're living in a society where it happens that not everybody's going to have your mindset. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of broken families out there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Then that might be a person that you might not want to make kids with.
You get what I'm saying? But they like, no, but see, that's the thing. But no matter how gritty the situation is, no matter how gritty.
Hold on, Ernesto.
My bad.
Hold on, Ernesto. We're gonna let you finish.
No, you can go. You can go.
No. I just want to tell her stop the crap. We're not choosing.
Listen.
No, listen. We're irresponsible. And shit still happens, and that's how babies is coming from us not being sexually protected and not sitting and thinking about the long run, like Tangier trying to act like everybody's where she's at now mentally. Because
you Nick, I got a question.
Go ahead, big dog. There goes something crazy.
I was just wondering, do men have do they get a woman pregnant for revenge? Like she treated him wrong in the relationship, so he gets her knocked up. Next thing you know, he leaves her just for revenge. Does that happen?
It's all on the man. It's all on the man.
I've never heard of that. I wouldn't put it past it happening, but I never heard no twist.
But women, you know, I've heard of women doing that to men too, and trapping men. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I know this guy got money. You know what I'm saying? Let me get on him. you know, and let you know what I'm saying. And then a woman, you know how many times I see women that try to chase dudes that got money,
Right.
and they think that if they get a baby out of it, they're gonna get some money out of it, but they don't know that
Exactly.
he might
Right.
have money, but he's greedy. You get what I'm saying? So now you thought of this whole fairy tale thing that you're gonna be sitting on a bag because he's on, but no, doesn't happen like that.
Yo, but that was a back that up. That joint there that was that do not something. What did you not say? Do not say because we understand that a woman who will have bastard baby that has a bastard baby has no respect for marriage anyway. That's kind of harsh,
Nah, I see that. Nah, yeah, that's foul. That's foul. That's
I
foul
mean,
because you
because
know
she had
what?
a baby with a man that she didn't choose or pick or marry or do all the stuff that they say in the Bible that 98, maybe 99% of y'all ain't living by anyway. You know what I mean? Don't make her an
Nah,
unfit
because like
mother or unfit woman. But go ahead, Big House. I see you, homie. Go ahead,
See, when I said that, that the ideology in our society is that the women have the children and not the men. Well, that I can identify. I can give you a name. It's called the Clover and Privilege strategy. In the 1970s, Clover and Privilege, a male and female, they were a husband and wife team from Columbia University. They created a strategy to get all black people on welfare. Now, once they got what they made it almost seem like it was reparations. So once they got the black people, majority of black people, and especially in the inner cities on welfare, one of the stipulations was that the father can't be in the home. So one of the stipulations was well, with that stipulation in the 1970s, it's too messing to where it's now the women don't even want the man in the home. So what happens is, we will, the saying is that, women, we can't live with them, you can't live without them. Well, the thing is, the same thing is for women. With men, you can't live with us and you can't live without us. So someone will have to, be the medium. Someone's going to have to be the balance in between because, we stand rigid on one side and rigid on the other. And many of us in our communities are suffering because, the relationships we're getting into is not fulfilling. They might be sexually fulfilling, but emotionally they're draining. So, we caught up with the sexual fulfillment, but the emotional draining. So, we have to start redesigning, refocus on how we look at our relationships. Because, you know what I'm saying? This is not a success. The formula that we use is not a formula of success.
Now, one thing I want to add is that, like a lot of single mothers, I don't want to discredit single mothers because at the end of the day, like, I've seen a lot of single mothers, have a baby, and fall into a relationship that doesn't work out. But you know what? They fight and they fight to make something happen for that kid. Next thing you know, you see a successful woman with multiple trades. You get what I'm saying? And the strength is her kid. So now it comes to a point where she don't need a man. So now she becomes a strong woman that realizes that she don't need a man. But then she becomes a woman that realizes that a man is just a luxury. You get what I'm saying? It's a luxury whether I'm willing to take it or not, because you get what I'm saying? I got this far by myself. You get what I'm saying? So if I got this far by myself, am I going to need this man? Or am I, you know what I'm saying? What am I going to need him for? Love and affection, probably that's it. I'm not going to need him financially because my bills, I already know how to pay my own bills. I know how to take care of my own kid. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I want to discredit. Like, there's a lot of single women and you know what? Like single mothers, they learned the hard way, but you get what I'm saying? Eventually, they got to it. You know what I'm saying? And then the minute they get into it, into a right path, they're fighting for their kid. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of single women out there that are very good for their kids, but then there's a lot of single women that are just leaving their kids in grandma's house instead of just giving the dad an opportunity to spend with the kid. But no, you rather leave him at the or leave him at somebody's random person's house. You get what I'm saying? Instead of giving the actual father the opportunity to chill out, to hang out with the kid, you get what I'm saying? Or even if you don't trust the kid being at the father's house, you let the father chill at your house. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't trust the guy, but there has to be certain type of trust. My thing is, no matter what we go through in life, court system, fighting, this and that, we cannot let the kids feel anything. You get what I'm saying? We can't let the little man
Exactly.
feel nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because
exactly.
we're creative enough to finesse them in ways that we can, in the ways that they don't see, the actual, what's going on between the parents.
That's what I was talking about on the previous show too, as well. Ted, listen to this, and baby girl, you all on the phone, baby girl. All right. Now, as far as a child is in the house and her mother has an abusive man in the house, and the man smacks the mother in front of the child, and the mother is crying, and the child goes to the mother and hugs her and say, "Mommy, don't cry," and mommy looks at him and hugs him and kisses her back and say, "Oh no, mommy's all right. Daddy's just playing." You know what I mean? To soothe you. Daddy's just playing.
Right.
So now
you condition your child.
The kid smacking a woman around is daddy just playing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, that's real deep. Got me tearing up over here.
To turn it up to a level from what he was speaking about. You know what I mean? As far as what they see. You know what I mean? And they understand, because mommy's going quick to tell them that daddy's not doing nothing wrong, and daddy's back to eye. Oh, daddy loves mommy. See, look, we kissing. That's how daddy loves his own mommy. Then he goes down the street and boop, boop, boop. He done blocked up a couple of eyes. You know what I mean? And to him, he doing what he do. We have to remember that a relationship with the father is not the same as the relationship with the mother and the father. You know what I mean? Because that's where the balance come in at. You know what I mean?
Right.
He'll know when he's with the mother, and he'll know when he's with the father, because the voice is different, the touch is different, the vibes are different, the chemistry is different.
How everything different.
So they know where they at.
And just like you said, in both, there's always going to be someone playing the medium in a couple. There's always going to be one person, and that's going to be the person that comes up to the child like, "Yo, listen, because it's vice versa. You can have a psycho woman, a psycho husband. It doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? Or they can both be it. You get what I mean? And they can both be, meet in the middle when it comes to the child. You get what I'm saying? They know, because there's a lot of relationships that are toxic. But you know what? These people probably been going out for 20 years arguing back to back, but it works for them. You get what I'm saying? It works for some people. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how. You get what I mean? But there's sometimes where you see a couple arguing, sometimes you can't even get in it, because sometimes that's the way they love. And it's you know what I'm saying? Everybody
That's the way they do what they do.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So now you go, Hassan.
No, I just want to say this, because we right now we're talking about primarily, we talk about relationships through the lifespan, from early young to middle age. But when we start them out as young, we got a real, the situation is that a lot of young women, they're not getting the love from their mother. I've seen a lot of young women throughout my life, when they tender age and their teenage years, their mother is their biggest adversary. So, that forces them to go out into those relationships, because they're looking for some stability, they're looking for some nurturing, they're looking for some love. And unfortunately, the communication of love and sex are getting intertwined, and they're two different entities. So what happens is that, people getting hurt because, a lot of the young women, when they don't have that stability, their father being home, or a strong father being home in the household with them, they're out there, and they're looking for the nurturing, especially at them ages 16, 17, 18 years old. And this is the age, this is the time period where, a lot of mothers say, you use what you got to get what you want. So we got to start protecting our sisters in regards in that time period, because what happens is, the men and the women, they going out with these facades, they going out with these appearances that, this is the way manhood is, this is the way womanhood is, and and they get into the relationship with these two different standards. You got to be like this, and you got to be like that. You know what I'm saying? And both are being damaged. Both are being damaged. The man is being damaged, the woman being damaged.
Now, I was telling Eric Robinson, thank you for the compliment about the podcast coming home fire. You know what I mean?
And this is what we got to get to the root of, because we got to get to the root of what motivated behavior. What sparked the behavior? What led someone in the journey? you know, and it comes from our experiences prior to, and our experiences prior to, we experiencing deficits, especially in our community. If we're impoverished economically, we're impoverished emotionally. You know, just like, you know, what happens is that, you know, we train our sons not to cry. We train them not to show you having any emotion. And then, you know, we ask, you know, the women, you know, we say, you know, all right, why he won't speak any emotion? He's been trained not to have any emotion. Naturally, he naturally has less emotion than you in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he's conditioned, you know, to keep those emotions in check and not be expressed those emotions, that's what happens is that's when they come out in another way. They come out in anger, they come out in violence, they come out in so many other ways. And, you know, and and this is the thing where we have to learn how to adapt that, to know how to manifest that and to change that energy from negative to positive. You know, because what happens is that even as young men, you know, it's funny saying, yo, I got all these women, I got all these women, I got all these women. But then when your children, when your children look at you and they're like, well, why didn't you take time out for me? You know, it's cool if you can talk. It's just like with the mothers. You know, a lot of mothers keep their kids with the grandmother till the kid's 6 years old, 7 years old, when the kid is really talking, and the kid is saying, "Yo, mommy, why you didn't take care of me?" Now it's being shamed. So, you know, we have to start understanding that these physical relationships that we have with each other produce children. They produce these intimate relationships. They produce children, and even whether some people are ready for them or not, they will eventually. So, you know, we have to behave in a manner pattern that, you know, is conducive so that, you know, we can show the next generation. So we won't be having these kind of conversations in the next 20 years.
Word. And we as single parents, you know, we gotta be careful what our kids see, because, you know, if I have a daughter and a son and they see me with more than 20 women, you know, they're gonna grow up thinking it's okay to have 20 different partners. You know, they think they're gonna think it's normal. My son's gonna grow up thinking it's okay to be a player. Like, I'm gonna root him on because he got 10 different women. And then my daughter gonna think that it's not a problem that she got different guys coming to the crib and all that. You get what I'm saying? And I can't get mad because I showed them the way. You get what I'm saying? So that's why we gotta be careful what we bring to the table. You know, like I told Hassan, we were speaking the other day, you know, we're the card holders.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're the card holders. So the cards that are getting dealt, we're controlling it. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be careful what we do with these little guys, man.
I say the problem is social media. That's who's raising these kids right now.
Yeah, but, you know, we as parents, we can control that. You
Not
get what
really.
I'm saying?
Once they leave you, it's like they going into YouTube.
It's like me. All right, so like all right, so if you got a son, right, and he's getting into hip hop, right?
Right.
Are you gonna put him onto NBA YoungBoy, or are you gonna put him onto Nas?
Well, what's trending is what he wants to be with the trending thing.
How do you know that?
I mean, that's just the way the world is right now. I mean, I'm gonna lead them to Nas, but behind my back they're gonna listen to NBA YoungBoy.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. You gotta lead him to the light first, and if he makes his way there, then he makes his way there. But you gotta, you know, at least, you know, somewhat have to, you know.
I mean,
the situation is. I'm not cutting anybody off. The situation is this: we have young people socializing. What we expose them to, whether it's social media, whether it was 20 years ago or 30 years ago, kids reinterpret the messages that adults give them. So when we allow them to see sexual or violence, they reinterpret it. The 12-year-olds reinterpret it to the 9-year-olds. The 9-year-olds reinterpret it to the 6-year-olds. So this is where the breakdown is really coming in at, is at the caregivers. Because remember, a lot of these children are 16 years old watching 6-year-olds. So what happens is the 16-year-olds are socializing the 6-year-olds into things they have no business in. You know, so what happens is in these situations, so we have to identify specifically what it is that's breaking our communities down and breaking our relationships down. What is this socialization? Well, a 20-year-old is talking to a 12-year-old. He's being a caregiver of a 12-year-old, and he's going through his own situation because these children, they mimic these sexual behaviors. They mimic, you know, they reinterpret what they see from the rappers or the entertainers. They reinterpret in their own manner, in their own fashion. And so what happens is that now the degenerate culture is going not just to ones who's supposed to hear it, but the 6-year-olds and the 4-year-olds and the 5-year-olds, because their caregivers are the 12-year-olds and the 15-year-olds. So we have to start identifying where the problem is so that we can start creating solutions.
Hey, Haas, they just had a question right there. What was that question? Put that back up there, right here. Is it a such thing as being overly emotional?
See, that's one thing I asked myself.
Overly emotional, yes. Yes, yes, because not to cut anyone off, because it's controlling all our spiritual systems are designed for us to control our emotions. When you utilize them and you delve into them, if you understand it, if you manifest them, they're all for us to control our emotions. They're all for us to keep our emotions under check so we can stay in line with the Creator's word, whatever the deity that you believe in is word. So the lack of emotional control is why we have one of the reasons why, along with social media, not just with social media reduces impulse control. Because now you don't think before you press a like. Now you don't think before you respond to a text. Now you don't take a pause. That's impulse control. But when we talk about social emotional control, that's what we're talking about getting angry, being sad, or being depressed, or being violent. These are emotions, or want to strike back, or listening to a person, not to listen, but to respond. See, these are emotional impulses that we need to that take exercise. You have to exercise. You have to develop them, and we're not developing them because we believe that they'll just come along as we go. But this is the reason why some people say in a relationship, I need to take a break. Because you know what? It's their emotions. They're learning how to cope with their emotions. Because at different ages, it's 3 important ages in your life: 20, 40, and 60. 20, 40, and 60 are most important ages in your life because they're milestones. They're milestones that say, when you no longer are this age, and you no longer and you're going on to the next. So what happens is the same way you feel at 20 and 40, 20 and 30, or 20 and 19 and 15, you're not going to feel the same way at 30 and 40. But what happens is we set ourselves in our lives so that, our behaviors are dictating that by the time we're 30 and 40, we're in situations that prevent us from evolving, from growing. And you know what? So we have to greater understanding. And part of that understanding is stopping from being in a relationship, is getting to know yourself. One of the most important things is when man know thyself. The Bible tells you take heed to thyself. So what happens in Egyptian temples, they said, man, know thyself. The Greeks copied and said, man, know thyself. So to thyself be true. Understand you. You cannot love someone else if you don't love yourself. So what happens, and love is not a physical thing. You love your mother, you love your father, you love your grandmother. All right, those are things that's true love, and it's not sexual. A lot of us are putting the love thing on top of the sexual thing, and that's why we're hurting.
Yeah, we confuse the love and lust, man.
Yes.
Okay, Tangier, what you think about that?
I think that's definitely true. Lust and love is definitely being confused. I definitely agree. Like I said earlier, you could not go forward with loving someone else before you love yourself. And so
Amen.
that is the number one thing, because if you don't love yourself first, now like I said, you're a broken person trying to love somebody else with whatever version of love you've seen that probably isn't really love. That's the other part of it, is knowing what the true definition of love is. A lot of times we've grown up seeing things and that are not true displays of love that we bring to someone else thinking that what we have seen is actually love, and it's not. So I definitely agree that loving yourself first is the only way you'd be able to love someone else. I definitely also agree that lust and love get confused all the time.
Because I think a little more go with that. Like I said, you gotta love yourself, you gotta know yourself, and you gotta understand yourself. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that you could then in turn, know and understand your partner. But it's all from self. Once you know yourself, then you know how to move forward. You know what I mean? As far as to deal with anyone else, because you have a true understanding and a balance of self and what makes you tick.
The art.
So you know not to tick off the next person by just doing something that's crazy. Because it's crazy. You can tell somebody Man, yo, don't do that. You're starting to aggravate me. And they keep doing it. Yeah, aggravate me. Just keep doing it. You know what I mean? Okay, child keep doing it, jigging. If you say, yo, stop, you stop. But a lot of grown people don't understand that. Yeah, Ernesto.
It's like the how you say it? It's like the art of seduction overpowers the laws of attraction. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we get caught up in the moment where we think we're in love, but no, we just in love with what this woman does to you or what this man does to you. You know what I'm saying? You're not in love. You're just in love with how he digs you out. You know what I'm saying? But you think that that's love. You get what I mean? But that's not love. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot more to love. You get what I mean? You know, and you know, a lot of like you know, when you get married, that's your real testament. You know what I'm saying? To see if you really, because that's when the pressure is really on you. Because when you're a couple and you're together and you decide to move together, you know what I'm saying, to start a journey, you know, the clock starts ticking there in a sense where, you know, you guys got to start working together. You guys got to find out how you're going to break down bills, who's going to take care of what. You get what I'm saying? Or if you're going to be the man that's going to be the provider, you know what I'm saying? But you also got to make sure your woman, you know, I'm not a fan of being a provider and letting my woman stay at home, because I believe a woman should get her money. I believe a woman should make a name for herself. You get what I'm saying? And I believe a woman should be able to, because you see, a man could be a provider, right? But what happens if the man gets hurt and the woman's dependent on the man? You get what I'm saying? Now everything is gonna fall apart. You get what I'm saying? You have a backbone that she can give you love and affection, but you get what I'm saying? Now she can't. But you get what I'm saying? She can't get you out of the hole of the bills now. You get what I'm saying? So you know, a man's supposed to set up his woman right. You know, if you're gonna be married, you know what I'm saying, you gotta make sure your woman is all right. Like, you know, you gotta make sure, you know, she has a trade. You gotta make sure she's got something going for her, man. You can't just be home, you know, taking care of a woman, you know, that's got looks to offer. You get what I'm saying? And then, you know, there's a lot of things, you know, like also, you know, these young cats, you know, they like these beautiful women. But you young cats gotta understand that there's a price that comes with loving a beautiful woman. You gotta be able to walk around uptown with her and be able to hear 20 people whistle at her and not let that mind you. You get what I'm saying? Because if not, you're gonna be fighting the whole world. You get what I'm saying? She's gonna have Instagram. Everybody's gonna shoot their shot. You get what I'm saying? But there's, you know, you gotta have some type of, you know, you gotta be ready for heat.
yourself.
You gotta be ready for heat. You know what I'm saying? So
that shit gets expensive.
You have to be confident with yourself. You have to be confident with yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, you know, that's the most important thing. You know, regardless, you know, because you know, the thing is that, you know, it's been my experience that the most beautiful women have the biggest scars. So, you know, what happens is, you know, we be in a situation where, you know, we covet after a certain woman, but you know, even they want to be loved for who they are. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, the same way a guy doesn't want to be loved just because he has money. You know, so the situation is that, you know, we have, you know, have a better understanding of what life is before we want to, you know, mix our life with someone else. But we don't have a greater understanding of what life is really all about. And that's an individual journey, because what happens is that, you know what, we attaching ourselves to people, you know, for help. You know what I'm saying? But to them saying, you know, you attach to someone for inspiration. You know what I mean? See, you attach yourself to someone, you know, because a personal relationship, they either come to give or take. You know what I mean? You either come to give or you come to take. You know what I mean? So you got to understand, you know what I'm saying, what is this person here for? Does this person come to give or they come to take? You know, and that's male or women. That's man or woman. You know, so it's about understanding that and understanding, you know, the purpose, the purpose of the plan with the person that you're dealing with, and how you got involved with them. You know what I mean? And you know, and where you at. You know, because you know,
and definitely also I want to just add to that, that you cannot be looking for happiness in your partner. Like, happiness has to come from within yourself first. That's another thing that I learned, that I cannot look for happiness in my husband. I have to look for happiness in myself. And that, and when you do it that way, nobody can take it away from you. So
that's right.
you have to look for happiness in yourself. Find what makes you happy outside of a partner. Your partner's job is not to make you happy. You yourself,
Exactly.
that's your job, is to find out what makes you happy. That's very important in any relationship, because I feel like a lot of time as women, we like, listen, I need my man to make me happy. That is
Right.
not his
Right.
job. His
Right.
job is not to make you happy. You yourself have to make yourself happy.
Right.
His
Exactly.
job is to fulfill your
Exactly.
needs.
Hold on. So hold on. So you trying to tell me that you not boring?
I'm trying to tell you that I'm not what?
Boring.
He said boring?
Yes, boring.
What do you mean? What
Because
does
you
that,
said
I
you
don't
make
understand.
yourself happy, so you're not boring then.
No, you have to make yourself happy, whatever that means. Happiness to me is different than what happiness to somebody else is.
I'm
I don't
just
understand
asking,
the
so you're happy, so that means that you're not boring because you're happy with yourself.
I don't know if I would be considered boring
That's
to
a
you
good
or
question.
somebody else, but I'm
That's
saying
a good
I don't
question.
understand the question. I don't.
I said that.
He's saying that you happy. You happy with yourself. So you're not boring. You are you boring or are you happy?
Huh?
I still
She's
don't
thinking
understand
it's
the
a trick
question.
question.
It's like basically saying, are you confident in yourself?
I'm not
Right.
I believe I'm confident in myself.
And you're
What'd you
confident in
say?
yourself, where you saying that your happiness comes from you. You know, my confidence is telling me that my happiness comes from me and I don't need it, because you know what I'm saying, I'm comfortable with myself. I'm happy with that's what you're saying, right? You happy with yourself, you love the life
Exactly.
you live. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
boring.
Exactly.
That's what I said.
So you're not boring.
That's what I've
I
been
don't
saying.
get what
The,
boring has to do with being happy, but okay. I'm like,
I'm gonna say this. The best thing is
Not happy,
listen,
bored, right?
listen.
Another
I'm
emotion.
I'm gonna say this. The best thing is when she's beautiful and humble. That's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Well, that's men and women. You know, because
Yeah.
beauty's in the eye of the beholder. What you
Yeah.
think is beautiful, somebody else might not think is beautiful.
Right.
You
I
know,
can
so beauty's
understand.
in the eye.
You know, women swear. You know what women swear? Women
Mm.
swear that us men don't deal with emotions. Like they think like, oh, I'm over emotional. You guys don't know what it is. You know, technically a woman can endure more pain than men. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Technically a woman can endure more pain than men, but I don't want to get too deep into that. But what I'm saying is, you know, us men, we go through our turmoil too when we go through stuff with women and we
Right.
break up, you know.
Right.
And we just, you know, you girls think that we move on fast, and you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like sometimes we got fellas that you know that'll reach your arm out like, yo, come here, bro, I got you, man. Yo, let's go out, let's go have a good time. You get what I'm saying? But what happens is that becomes a hobby. You get what I mean? But you
And
it
and just
becomes a
because you're
hobby.
having sex, isn't not to cut you off. Just because you're having sex, it doesn't mean you're having sex with the one you want to have sex with.
Because you could be
You
having
know,
sex with somebody and picturing another face.
you know.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's the thing about it. See, the thing about it is just like it goes vice versa. You know, a woman, a woman, you know what I'm saying, she might deal with a man, but that might be the man she really want to be with. Same way with a guy. You
They
might be
all
dealing with a woman that might be really she want to deal with.
dog, they all just trying to get a nut. That's what we're saying. That they all just trying to get a
Yeah,
nut.
I mean, yeah, without a doubt.
You're just getting wrong. It's wrong, folks. Stop. Stop the crap. But anyway, now what about this love language? I definitely want the female to answer this, you know, because I feel like love language is just being spiritually connected with your partner. You know what I mean? To like finish her thoughts without, you know, her even saying it. You know what I mean? Knowing what she needs by the way she breathes, the way she moves. You know what I mean? You know when she that she just wants to be heard. You know what I mean? So she you know what I mean? That she just wants you to tell her that, you know, you're proud of her. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, those are the languages that spoken without being spoken with words is what I consider as love languages. How about you, Tangier, as the female
Yeah,
on the
that is the definition of love language, and I think it's very important to understand your partner's love language. Because I have realized that myself and my husband, we have two separate love languages. My love language is like what you just said. Like, listen, I guess it would be considered like intimacy. Like that's what I consider to be love language. Like the stuff that is not connected to sex. My husband, his love language is sex. Listen, that's what I want. This is how you show me that you love me. This is what I want you to do. Me, I'm different. I feel like understanding your partner's love language is so important, and it can be very different for two different people.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. You know,
Yeah.
but the thing is that in that regard, it goes back to what I said about knowing who you are. I'm learning who you are, because a lot of times you might be being somebody else for years. You might be feeling that. A lot of times we feel that this is who we're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is that and especially when he might feel this will make. Not saying your husband specifically, but a man in general might feel like this is what makes me a man. And if I don't do this, I'm not being manly. And not open to suggestions because saying he has an experiment. He just trying to figure out what being a man is himself. He's using symbolisms and ideology, what I'm saying, picking up here and there. So what happens is that what the thing is that y'all together and y'all should stay together. Because the thing about it is that Black Lives Matter when Black people stay together. When families stay together, there's a commitment. You know what I mean? And what happens is what you're eventually going to do is learn to be bilingual. He's going to learn your language, and you're going to learn his language, so that it becomes cohesive. You know what I mean? So that y'all can speak to each other and understand each other. Because the thing is that, young lady, is the grass is not greener on the other side. What happened, especially when y'all young like this and, y'all feel, I could do better. I can move on. I could do better. The thing about it is, the only way you're going to do, the thing is, the better, you just did better now because you found somebody who's going to put up with your BS. You found somebody who's going to put up with your nonsense. You probably say, so you did great. And once you found somebody that's going to put up with your nonsense, you're in an excellent position. But what happens is, when you start looking at, other things like aesthetically, or this person looks better, or this person has more money, this person has mobility, then now you're at a deficit because what happens is that you not there. That person is looking for somebody. The Bible says to be evenly yoked. So what that person is looking for somebody to put up with their nonsense. And when we say nonsense, it's like little nuances in the house, like this person might not close the refrigerator. He keeps the shower running. He doesn't bring me back anything from the store. Things of that nature. Not infidelity, but things saying that people might like in consideration because they're growing, they're learning themselves. So these are things. But you know what? Please believe that 20 years ago by like that, you people will be middle-aged, and you know what? And you really want to stay with the person that you was when you started out in the game, because picking up all these little notches in your belt, what happens is that now you're really confused because you really don't trust, because now, what I'm saying, you haven't built up the relationship or the rapport or the time with somebody who's going to walk with you the rest of life. Because this is really about reaching out, having somebody who's going to walk with you through the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Not somebody who's just going to look good with you right now. And that's what everybody's looking for. Someone who's going to walk with you through the rest of your life.
And now, when I think of love language, right? I think like that's something that can be, between a relationship. It could be between best friends. It could be between cousins. It could be, you know what I'm saying? It's someone knowing you. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be your best friend. Your birthday comes. Your best friend's gonna get you a gift, right? And you don't have to tell him what you like, but he's gonna get it because he knows you. That's love language. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or your brother knows when something is wrong. You don't have to say nothing. He said, "Yo, bro, I know something's wrong." He's gonna come and talk to you. That's love language. You get what I'm saying? So love language is basically understanding someone you love. You can say genuinely, whether it's a friendship. You know what I'm saying? But love language, in order to have love language, you got to understand the person. You got to know what they are, what they about, what they like. You get what I'm saying? You got to know them in a personal level. So yeah, love language still does exist. You get what I mean? And like I said, in order for it to exist, you got to know the person. You get what I'm saying? You got to know what they like. You got to know their favorite color. You got to know what floats their boat. You got to know all that, And then as friends, you got to know when they down. You got to know what to get them, or they don't know what to get you for your birthday, or you know what I'm saying? Or you might do something, a good deed for your friend, and your friend doesn't even got to tell you what's going on with him, but you love him so much that you get what I'm saying? Body language is telling me something's wrong, and I did my own investigation, found out that there was a little situation. You fix it behind his back. But then you tell them like, yo, I love you so much, bro. Don't even worry about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We took care of that situation. You get them? That's love language. You know what I'm saying? And the person looks at you like, whoa, this dude really fucking, you know what I'm saying? So you'll ride with someone or a couple is going to be like, wow, this person really loves me, you know? And, you know, love language is very powerful, man.
Yes, it
Well, you know,
is.
that's what we all have to do, you know, to be humble. You know, we have to be considerate. What happens is that, you know, I tell y'all, you know, especially y'all being, you know, younger people, that you know what, you know, you have to be with somebody that's be considerate, and you have to be considerate as well. You know what I mean? It's not all give and all take. It has to be a balance. You know, what happens is that, you know what, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you know, and you know that person needs, you know what I'm saying? What you're always supposed to be expecting what that person needs. Once that person mentions something to you, you should already in your mind saying, how can I fix that, or how can I assist with that? You know, because that's what they're there. That's what each other are there for. We're there to support each other. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says when two together, you know, one can give each other heat. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So what happens is, you know what I'm saying, two can go further than one. So what happens, you know, we be in a situation where we need to understand, you know, because a lot of people are selfish. And we know when we live in this selfish plane, we have to understand this is a balance. You know, you can't get into a relationship being selfish. And we live in an environment where everyone's thinking about themselves. But you know, and then we got these outside influences that's telling us, girl, do this. God, do this. You know, she ain't doing this, go do that. He ain't doing that, go do this. But what happens is that those people, you know, a lot of those people are really are either one, misguided themselves, trying to figure it out themselves, or they hurt middle-aged people. You know what I mean? Because, you know, with YouTube right now, y'all got the chance, you know what I'm saying, to create relationships with people that can last a lifetime, that could be fulfilling, you know, and understanding, because the maturity levels there on both of y'all have, you know, on both of y'all parts. So being at the maturity level is there, that's what's most important, that the maturity level is there, because the maturity level could bring compromise. And you know what I'm saying? One thing that Mason says, Masonic says, be flexible but yet remainable. So you can be flexible but you still remain yourself. You know what I mean? And you have to be that way in terms about dealing with your partner, because that's the person that, you know, y'all hold each other feelings, y'all hold each other heart in each other hands. You know, and what happens is that you gave someone something very vulnerable, something more precious than gold and money. It's called trust. So what happens is when that betrayal comes in, that's what devastates the trust. It's almost like if your parents betrayed you. You know what I mean? The relationship between a man and a woman is almost identical to the relationship between a mother, a parent, and a child. The only thing difference is the sex involved, because the caring, the consideration, all those things are involved. You have to, you know, you have to have that level of commitment, the same way that your parent had a level of commitment with you. And once you be able to put away your fears, put away your insecurities, put away what other people think about you, then you'll be able to give that person your all. And even if, let me tell you something, and even if you give that person your all and it doesn't turn out right, at least they can live with the memories, because they'll never get it again. You know what I mean?
And then, you know, it's another thing too, where some women put their expectations very high. Like, you know, a woman will read a book of a successful love story, and automatically her expectation in her mind is, I'm looking for that. Or she'll see a movie with a love success, and in her mind it's like, oh, I'm looking for that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And now you're stepping out of reality, because now you're looking at a movie and you're thinking like, I want the Cinderella life. You get what I'm saying? When you know this world is not gonna give you that. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of women put their you know, their pedestal a little too high. You get what I mean? So, you know, there got to be a level of balance, of course. Got to be a level of balance, but you know, us young dudes, man, we just got to be, you know, careful too. You know, you know, we got to understand one thing, like, you know, like say Tajiri was my girlfriend, right? Tajiri was my girlfriend, and I cheated on Tajiri 20 times, right? And Tajiri found out about the 20 times I cheated on her. But this is through time, you know what I'm saying? And after the 20 times, Tajiri was like, you know what? F this. I'm gonna get mines. Goes gets hers. That one guy that she slept with, done it's on everybody, all the girls that I had. You get what I'm saying?
Why
That
is
one
that
guy that she
though?
talked to. Why is it?
Yes.
Because he cared about you. He didn't care about those other girls. So the woman that he cared about, that's the one that's the one that the other guy came and finesse.
You know, it's
See,
like
he was on. Yeah. But see, the thing about it is that what people have to understand is that if you're going to cheat on, first, just the young men, if you're going to cheat on your girl, please understand that she can cheat on you. You got to be able to, respect that. You know what I mean? Not expect it, but respect it. You know what I mean? So what happens is that, you know what? The situation is this, you know what? A lot of young men, you know, think that, oh, I can play this game and I'm gonna come home and you know what? She's just gonna accept it. But when they get punched in that gut, they can't handle it. You know what I mean? So you don't dish out what you can't handle, and that's the name of the game. And this is the problem with a lot of young men, because you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. If you gonna mess somebody else wear it, you gonna be able to know you can wear it too. You know, and what happens is that, you know, people want their cake and eat it too, and the game don't go that way.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You, like I said about that wheel, you could try to reinvent that wheel. The wheel is still around. You know what I mean? 1865 is round, 1955 is round, 2020 is round. So you know what I'm saying? We trying to redo something that's already been etched in stone. This is the way you get it done. And you know what I'm saying? And what happens is that I'm glad that we having this kind of conversation, because what happens is we're intergenerational right now. The intergenerational conversation, and this is what needs to be done. So you know what I'm saying, so we can stop feeding lies to the young people. You know what I mean? Talking about you know break up is this great, you know, this great thing, and now it's about the choices that you make now. You know what I mean? Because if you break up with somebody else got to deal with your baggage. Now you back on the block to see if somebody, oh yeah, they're gonna deal with the nice you, they're gonna deal with the, you know, the good looking you. Who's gonna deal with you walking around the house with one sock on? You know what I mean? Who's gonna deal with you, you know what I'm saying, in your drawers, you know what I'm saying, sitting in the house watching television. So what happens is, who's gonna deal with that you? You know what I mean? They can deal with the superstar you. You know what I mean?
So say realistically what, right? Realistically, we cheated on each other and we made a vow like, yo, you know what? I got you, you got me, whatever. Let's leave it like that. You go down on your woman, first thing on your mind, you're going to think about the man that went down on her. You know what I'm saying? When she got revenge.
Yo,
you're going to be thinking about how he was slamming her. That's what you're going to be thinking about. You get what I'm saying? So now you're going to try to get it off. You know, you're going to be like this, you know, in the zone. But then next thing you know, right in the peak of the moment, boom, a thought just hits you like, man, this girl was just doing this with another man. Like, you get what I'm saying? But that's a reality that you got to accept, because
that's how she feels.
Fire, you got to be willing to get burnt.
Thank you.
That's how she feels.
Hold on, y'all stop the crap.
Here he go.
Yo, the teacher came back.
I sat back and I listened to this crap long enough. Just so y'all know.
I really felt like the teacher left the classroom right now.
Now, listen, son. I swear. You went through all of this just now. You know what I mean? Listen, man. What was you just saying in that stuff? Say it again, man.
How I said about the
how you going now?
About the girl cheating. You about the girl cheating. You said about the girl cheating.
How I'm gonna go down ready to eat the box, and I'm just gonna be thinking about the next man that was in there eating the box too.
Stop the crap, because listen,
she's making the face. She's making the face when I say eat the box, but you know what I'm saying? It happens.
No, listen. The reason why I say stop the crap, because if your girl go out and cheat on you, you know what I mean? You got the upper hand, dog. That means she owes you a girlfriend in the bed, so y'all get a threesome to make up with a menage a trois because she screwed up.
You can do that too. You can do that too.
Now you get a girlfriend in the bed pass. You know what I mean?
Well, she got to bring the girl. She gonna have to bring the girl.
This is why I'm glad I'm married at an early age, because
when that happens,
this logic is.
Because then you gonna have
now I got a question, Unique.
What's up?
All right, when a couple agree, like say a man agrees on having two women, who picks the woman? The woman or the man?
The woman.
The woman.
If he has a woman, he bring in the woman. Got to approve of her.
Now, what if he like the new pussy better?
Oh, man, he's weak. If he getting into one is better than the other.
Because he better be worried about that mind.
What if she do everything better?
Purpose.
You know, the girl's more, you know, What if the second option was?
They're gonna be different. It's just how you're gonna receive them. You know what I mean?
I think that's a book that you ain't never gonna close.
Freaky here, a little freaky there, or whatever, because they're two different human beings. You know what I mean? So but you still have to treat them both equally. But you're gonna bring them together. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, you're not gonna say, "Oh man, no, this feels better than hers." You know what I mean? It's not that type of party, dog.
I got a question also, man. Where's the weirdest place we got it on in the midst of the moment?
Weirdest place in the midst of the moment.
Where we had to get it on, where we had to get it on.
In my little ass M3. You know what I mean? In the little ass M3 BMW, man. You know what I mean? I mean, that joint was tight. I mean, nigga back haunting, but I'm up in it, though. I'm rocking it. You know what I mean? But, you know, it was a little uncomfortable, but, I got to work out.
I remember that happened to me, man. I was doing it in a truck. And right in the moment where shit was about to go 4th of July, all the lights cut on. All the lights cut on because the key was under my ass, and I pressed the button and all the lights came on. And we're looking like this. We thought somebody opened the door.
Oh, you stopped?
All the lights cut on, man.
That's when he said, keep it going. What are you nuts? Now you got
No. We did keep it going. We did keep it going, but at that midst of the moment, I thought a cop opened the door, like, yo, what you got doing something, like, you know what I'm saying?
Cop would have got a nutty damn eye.
Somebody said on the side of the PJs.
Oh yeah, we all got some on the side of PJ. We got some anything else.
We all did something on the roof of the PJs.
Babies on the side.
They call it Pebble Beach.
A couple of babies on the side of PJ's house. You know what I mean?
Somebody said I was in a spaceship. Yeah, man, I definitely was, man. With LED lights, man. That shit went woo. The girl was like this. The girl ain't even know what to cover. She didn't know what to cover.
Man. You know, but
Tajiri didn't answer the question.
They said you was in a spaceship, dog. You know what I mean?
Tajiri didn't answer the question.
I plead the fifth.
True.
I'm right along with you, Tajiri. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, that's a married woman. We're not even gonna let her go out there like that. This ain't just. We're trying to have her up here next week with 3 black eyes, wondering where the third.
But the commentators definitely said some funny stuff, man. You can go back, man. Hey, you see some funny stuff, man. But the side of the PJs had me rolling.
Yeah, you already know. Come on, everybody got some on the side of the PJs, dog.
The staircase and the roof.
Every PJ got that
the staircase and the roof.
Got that old green dumpster on the side of the PJ. You get it in right there because there's always a car that parks right behind the dumpster. Right between the dumpster and the car, you be all right.
Nah, I ain't putting my car around no dumpster, nigga. I mean, we go on the side by the stairs or something. You know what I mean? You know? But good old days and good old memories. Hey, no joke though, right? But that's the best sex ever, man. That young outdoor free just don't give a F. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the leg throw it up on your shoulder and just bang it out. You know what I mean? You taking it, you know what I'm saying, though, man. That's that good project sex. Ain't that I know you women know what I'm talking about, the projects, man. Every project, y'all got a good home game too. But anyway, so we ain't gonna go there. But that's where everybody at, man. Yo, we've been on here long enough though. Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning, we're doing the grown folks talk. So we're gonna
Amen.
Amen. My bad, gospel talk.
Gospel.
Yeah.
The good news.
Talk. Speaking of good news.
Gospel talk, the good news.
You know what I mean? That's Sunday at 11 o'clock on Unique Make Audio TV. So make sure you go try to do what need to be done and everything gonna get done. All right, thank you. Yeah,
definitely. Thank everybody that.
I'm gonna be doing something with Boogie Black. I'm doing a little special with Boogie Black on Thursday at 11 o'clock also. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, man. But
good.
Tangier, thank you for coming.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you. And to the moderator.
I respect
Alright.
Tajiri. I respect Tajiri for holding her ground all night. You know what I'm saying? I respect
Alright.
that. Word. She didn't leave us. She didn't leave us. You know what I'm saying? She was there with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can tell
In the
she come.
field.
You can tell she come from good people.
Yeah,
Her people
word,
raised her
word.
right. Her
And I
people
know
raised her right. You can tell that.
that right there. That's
Tell
a
her
woman
people
that's
raised her
not gonna,
right.
that's a woman that's not gonna leave you in the field by yourself. She gonna ride with you.
Who that?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Word up.
I'm
All
taking
right.
this in the house
Word
so
up.
my husband can see this.
Word up.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
better.
God bless.